was like, I'm sure that someday I'm gonna have a shop, and I'm gonna be able to put that fucking thing up on the wall, and you can suck my dick, like.
Oh yeah, no,
because that's what you're gonna do with it. Like
I've got a huge collection.
And he only offered me like $300 for it. And I was like, dude, that is an 8x12 3-piece. Like it's 3 8x12 pieces. It's it's classic wood billboard, so it has like reflective paint. It's chipped a little bit, but like
she just looks that one that's up there against the wall.
Yeah, you see it?
She's beautiful,
right?
That's a beautiful old sign. I love old signs.
Motherfucker. Yeah, he slammed on his brakes. He saw it from the street.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyway.
I had a guy offer me $5,000 for a motorcycle one time, and I was like, no, I'm going to fix it. And that was 16 years ago, and I've done nothing but put a new throttle cable on it.
My dad's got a 90.
I got myself way too busy.
My dad's
got a 73 Yamaha Enduro 360.
Cool little bike.
Yeah, dope little bike. And I've never seen it run. I've owned it for 16 years, never seen it run. And you know what that is? That's unpasteurized. That's what that is. Welcome back to Unpasteurized.
Welcome back. Okay, welcome back.
Here we are.
All right. Yeah,
we're
vibing.
In the garage.
In the garage, dude.
This looks like where a Vietnam vet would hang out and do heroin after he got home.
Well, I don't do heroin in here, but I make napalm and stuff like that. And
pretty close.
Clean some birds in here.
I love it. Grandma's basement garage.
Yeah, it's for being an uninsulated wood shack. It's what it is.
I dig it, actually.
It could be worse. It could be way worse.
It could be. We could be outside, which, I mean, some days wouldn't be bad. But
it actually is a beautiful day out. It's windy.
We're not that mobile yet.
Not for outdoors. We should get like an outfitter tent.
We could get like wireless, those wireless like lapel mics.
Walk around.
And just go walk around. Yeah, there's a couple podcasts I listen to that do it. They'll like go hang out in a park and like smoke a bowl and like just chit chat, and then they'll be like, all right, I think it's time to go find a different spot. And then the recording will stop for a little bit, and they'll be like, oh, wasn't that crazy when we walked past that lady? She was acting wild, which is real fun. And they just record when they get to the different spots, sit down and chit chat for a little bit.
Well, I mean, we're going to try to do that in completely different ways, and then on film in ways too, so
we'll get there. Step by step.
Oh, the steps are, you know what? We're like infants climbing upstairs at this point. Is that's the whole thing though. It's just you're an infant and you just gotta climb the stairs till you can walk.
Are those your kids' Christmas presents up there in the rafters, or
no? Those are
just decorations?
Those are ready to go decorations. Yeah, because they put them in the corner. I got like too many Christmas trees. Everybody's got to have a fucking Christmas tree, and they're like, and they're like little ones and stuff. But yeah, like no, we and like yeah, I don't know. She's an artsy fartsy. She does the girl stuff, and so it's comfortable.
Yeah,
it's comfortable.
That sounds ideal, actually.
It really does.
That sounds absolutely.
I watch how dudes live with dudes, and I'm like, this is absolutely fucking disgusting. You need to get a vagina in this house. Like,
I know. There have been a few people's houses that I've gone into since I started doing comedy. And I'm like, you bitch, you live like this. Like,
get a woman here.
Get something like, or I'll be like, well, clearly this is why you're not fucking anybody, is because your place looks like this.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, this is.
Oh, it doesn't help.
Excessive. This is bad. And you know what's not good? I'm not a fucking.
Yeah, I'm a Grundy dude.
Yeah,
I'm a Grundy dude.
If it was just me living in a place by myself, it would probably get pretty rank every once in a while.
But I don't know. I'm a kind of a clean freak. Like,
I get sick of it. I've gotten some good habits now.
The most important places to keep clean are your kitchen and your bathroom.
Yes, that's it.
Everything
else is easy.
You see how my fucking life is. I live like a hillbilly on a creek, and so my fucking kitchen floor is just like this time of year when it's like mud season. It's fucked. It's so fucked. That's the worst part. And then snow season, mud season, grass season, and then leaf season. So yeah, those are the worst. Those 4 seasons are the worst.
We're coming up on tornado season. We're in it, aren't we?
It's starting. It starts down south right away in March. Yeah. There's been some heavy storms to hit already on the United States.
Some real wild winds lately.
It's not the way it used to be. Yeah, Something's changing.
Yeah, I don't know. What's changing the wind?
What's changing the wind?
Yeah.
I think that there's more. I'm not like a. It's obviously not like maybe there's a big vacuum that the Jew. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
They're
no
trying
one's
to suck the U.S. ships.
If
over
anybody
there,
did a big, it wouldn't be them who would make a big vacuum.
No.
But the poles are shifting, and this is like something like this. This is scientific shit that people actually like. The poles are literally have been like shifted, and they're going to take a major shift this year. I think that like so like you have the shit we can't control, plus the actual like malpractice we do as humans. I think is absolutely absurd. I don't think that the Earth knows how. Like everything in our world is synthetic within the last 50 years or so.
Yeah.
He drops it's just a penny. But
How a certain type of person are you?
I am. I know I have it in me. I am Eastern European. I know there's a chunk in me. I know for a fact. I have you, and you know. Guess what? Here's the thing. I know that there's so much in it. There was a point to where there was some cousins in Prussia that married.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, a couple hundred years back, but still, it's in me.
That's enough.
There's a little bit of that.
You've got enough.
Yep, a little bit of that's in me. Great.
I've just got American genes.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I mean, I don't know. My family's been here since the West was
Can I
Tennessee.
get one of them?
So
Since the West was Tennessee.
Yes.
Oh, you've been here that long?
yeah.
Yeah, you're just washed.
Yeah. That's what I say.
That's why you don't have that purity. You don't have that European craving like I got. That's scream of the world. No, I'm just joking. Let me see that sucker.
I think my ancestors just got a lot of our war and aggression out. Although I did have
Yeah, you lived in the U.S. You guys were. Yeah.
we lived
No.
in the West. I mean,
There's still a lot of killing going on.
Well, I'm a descendant of Jesse James, so
The outlaw Jesse James. He used to. I could see he used to stay up here. Which people like? That's crazy. We were an outlaw haven.
We weren't a state yet.
Territory.
Yeah,
we were a territory.
Still a territory. He was a
dude. Could you imagine?
he fought for the wrong side of the Civil War, but
Who?
Jesse James.
What did he fight for? The Union?
South? No.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah. But he was. I don't know. Because
It was a war of northern aggression.
he was a bushwhacker, which meant that he rode up and down the outside edges of the territories and just like robbed farms for supplies for the South.
So
and
then
then
the ranches,
and then he just kept doing it after the Civil War, and that's why he got turned into a bandit outlaw, because he just kept doing what he was doing during the Civil War. He was just doing it to anybody that came west.
Well,
there's a really cool story of him being a Robin Hood character.
he was a bank robber too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he robbed trains and shit.
Well, yeah, dude. Fuck it. That's the government.
He hid out on a widow's farm.
Yeah,
And,
on the
have I told you
widow's
that
farm.
one?
No.
And the bank was coming the next day to like repossess the farm because she couldn't pay the mortgage. He gave her the money, and then they went down the road. Banker came, took the money, and as he was heading back into town,
Shot him.
They robbed him and took the money back.
That's
so she paid her debt.
That's
she
like
got to keep her farm,
that's
and
like
they
that
got
movie.
their money back.
It's like that movie with Jeff Bridges in it.
I'm sure that's where they probably got it from, but
no, that was a real idea. But yeah, it's a concept. That concept's been around for a while.
yeah. And then 3 days later, he punched an old woman in the face over $2. So auto trade.
$2 back then. $2 back then.
Yeah.
And you also have to remember, bitches get punched in the face here every day in this country for $200. So what are you complaining about? Yeah, $2 back then. Some fucking aristocrat bitch on a goddamn luxury train going to Ogallala. I'd fucking punch that bitch too. Old hag. $2. That's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money back then.
It's a fair chunk of change,
brother. You could
the
like
West is the West.
people made like $5 a year.
Yeah. Just to be clear, I'm a descendant of his brother, not him.
Well, still,
technically, but he was part of the game.
You don't go writing hot checks down in Mississippi, right? And then
all the way to the point where that's the name of my mother's family. This is James.
Good. Good.
So-
Good. There's a Czechoslovakian village named after me, not me, but
You're named after it.
I think we own it. I bet there, like
Go back and see what happens.
I would, I would love
Can
to.
you speak Czech?
They speak Deutschen, and then
Well-
they speak a little Chechenian.
Well,
I'm sure.
Let's start emailing clubs over there. See if we can't get ourselves
Everybody over
booked.
there speaks English. They're way smarter than we are.
Let's see if we can get ourselves booked.
Like
Let's just jump right to international tour.
the generation.
Let's not do big shows here. Let's just jump to international touring. Just
Ari Matty started over in over
I
there.
don't think it's the same.
Estonia. It's the same. He did fucking comedy over there for years. It's the same. You don't think that they have like TV and listen to shit? They don't have radio or cars or what do you think they're
I don't
doing?
know.
You think they're
could-
just all worshiping Orthodox Jesus and blowing up apartment buildings and
I don't know. I don't think the women would like it though.
over there?
Us going there.
Oh, our women would hate it. We would fit right in. It's terrible. It'd be bad. I think I could show you an Eastern European way. See, I get
I
down
don't know.
with Eastern European
I've
folks.
been offered a farm in Sudan, so
You better learn French, Daddy.
well, I mean, they speak their own language.
Oh, well, good for
That's
them.
a newly formed country over there, South Sudan.
Fought a war over
They've only been a country since 2009,
Congratulations.
so
20,
it's still
not even 20 years.
it's still pretty rough there. From the way it sounds.
It's rough here.
It's rough here, but it's rougher there.
I don't want to live in Africa.
Well, I would be fine if I wasn't so white.
I don't know if that'd be the problem. Would that be the problem?
I don't think it would help. I don't know.
Start a
if it would be the
safari
problem.
organization. And then take people like hunting and then save some
Well, I
money.
thought I should maybe go teach them how to drill wells.
There's
but
only like what kind of oil?
water.
Well, that's why everybody
Particularly.
we're
I mean,
Africa's
they work essentially the same.
do
I mean,
you
oil wells just are deeper usually, and you got to use higher you got to use like steel and shit. Like for a water well, you can line it with slotted PVC, and it works really well.
Oh, good. Give them
And
some
then a
fucking BPA stained
okay,
fucking
then
water.
what are you gonna do? You gonna get
I
that
don't know.
much
Look,
metal?
I think. Well,
we're talking about survival as opposed to like dying of dehydration from lack of clean, good water. Yeah. So I mean, I think a little microplastics is
nah.
fine
They need
as
this
versus-
stainless steel. They could make their own stainless steel. I'm sure there's elements all over that country.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I think it's just probably in disarray, as a country would be after 50 years of a civil war. I would imagine.
Tell them
there's
that
a lot of
borders don't
disarray.
exist. Tell that country that borders don't exist.
No, they exist, and it's getting wild.
I dare you.
I don't know enough of the details, but
You've been watching the Irish. The Irish are getting Irish again.
are they?
Oh, they're gonna.
They're
They
getting
got
Nancy?
so. The UK, like every like mayoral spot in the UK is like ran by a Muslim, which nothing against your guys' religion, but I'm just telling you what the facts are. So like UK is,
That's strange. This is the royal family practice, or what's going on? Because even though they're not in charge, those people still follow their lead.
what is it that
seems.
they say? There's three places that control the world, and I don't think that the world control is in the hands of the third place. They say that the United Kingdom is the housing area of like banking for the world.
Yeah. I think
Hear me
that's
out.
Pretty.
The United States is the housing unit of police forcing and military action.
Yeah. Okay.
The Vatican once was the house of religion of the world religious world knowledge. Now, that's what they say, right? And then if you look at like old symbolic shit, all the eagles and everything, don't be doing that. You're gonna make me look at mine.
No, I was just.
You gotta be a
making
place?
Sure, no, I was just making sure it wasn't. Mom, I thought that's what it said.
Oh, if you got answer your mom.
Well, I mean that's about kids, so if it would be,
But-
so
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Now
dig you. I dig it.
the money has always been Roman
Yeah.
for a long time.
Well, I mean they've got more money than most of the rest of the world put together.
So they
Or
say.
they did.
Now,
They've definitely got it in artifacts and gold.
the UK took over the Roman. when the Anglo-Saxons took over Europe, I mean, they obviously, that movement took over Europe. They got all the Roman shit. They got all the Germanic shit. They got all the Frankian shit. They fucking used to control all the way down to fucking Israel. So, like, I mean, good God. All the way, I mean, and then, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know if we know enough to be talking about this.
What we do. We're going to know we know funny.
Well, we do know enough to talk about small-town bartenders.
Small-town bartenders.
They used to
Not even just small-town. I think more, okay. There used to be, you ever see Reservoir Dogs? You know that part where, like, Steve Buscemi's character is like, I don't tip these bitches. And, like, the one guy's like, what the fuck do you mean you don't tip?
Yeah, you fucking.
And he goes into detail how he's like, most waitresses, bartenders, like, are all like, he's like, these are single women, like, some of them have kids and, like, rely on you. And, like, he fucking breaks down, like, if they do a good service, your job as a patron to, and, like, he, like, rips into them because, like, yeah, rips it. And, like, before like, now these bitches get paid, fuck, I think some of them get minimum wage plus tips, which is like, how do you not succeed if you're not succeeding on that? I used to make $2 an hour and still walk away at like hundreds of dollars a day.
I don't think I could
as a server.
I don't think I could do that.
Cut your hair and shave your beard.
I don't think I could do it. Not even because of that. I just don't. I could do well with guests that act and behave as you should in a restaurant. I would do perfectly well. I would get along with them. But the first time somebody comes at me with an attitude, they're going to get one right back. And it's...
Yeah. Well, that's not good for the service industry.
No, it's not. And that's why I'm not even going to embarrass myself with the attempt.
In the household I grew up in, there was a lot of things I just had to bite my fucking lip about and deal with.
Oh, I did. But now I've gotten... Comedy's ruined me. I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut.
Well, I'm not telling you to do it now as a comedian. I mean, at some point you could have fucking
like
waited tables.
At some point I could have, but now,
no.
I don't think I could.
No.
I think I could be a bartender, though. I think I could do bartender.
Again, this is what I was talking about. Male bartenders in, like, what kind of bar? Like a bar like we hang out in?
Yeah.
Dad, I don't want you there. No. Hear me out.
I know you don't.
I don't want you there. Do you think that a location like that is going to have...
I think I'd be a good daytime bartender.
I bet more...
That's where...
You don't want... But there's no money in that. If you're not...
There's more than you think.
There's some, but okay, there's a little more than you think. And, like, especially if they're, like, successful alcoholics, where it's, like, business alcoholics who are, like, needing to get 3 drinks in their hour.
And especially there, I mean, where there's people getting off at, like...
Or less.
7 or 8 in the morning, and you're opening at 9, 10. Like, that's nighttime for them,
Yeah. Well, that's like that
like
bar.
Get drunk and pass out.
You know Yankees? Jake's?
Oh, I don't think so.
They used to, like, when the stockyards and all that was open, they used to be open. I don't know what the laws were, but people would get off at 6, and I don't know if they closed at like 8, but people would come off the night shift, and, like, a lot of them would come and get fucked up.
Oh, yeah, man. Bars used to,
People don't drink like that, though. Not anymore.
You got to get out there and find, because I've many times, even when I was delivering beer, and then even now at this current employment, like, if I'll get around early enough, and I'll see dudes sitting at 8:30 in the morning waiting for the bar to open.
That's alcoholism.
Well, yeah. And you only see that in the old ranchers, the old farmers. You only see that in them.
And there's
That's
a few.
Most of what I see. The old cowboys.
Yeah, there's a few around here, and I'm sure there's some lushes in the big cities.
And that's usually, to their credit, that was usually only like on a Friday. Like I was only there. Yeah. I was only there on a Friday, so I only would see it on Friday. Say, so I don't know, maybe they get there with their boys and they have a beer and a coffee, and some of those bars served breakfast, which is wild.
You got to.
You have to. If I was running a bar that had opened that early, I would.
Cracking it, yeah.
Yeah, crack an egg. Just egg sandwiches. That's all we got. We got egg sandwiches. That's it. We'll fry up an egg
sausage or bacon. What do you want?
Yep, that's it. Yo, you want sausage? Today's a bacon day. So, tough shit. We've only got bacon.
Well, that's how...
you want bacon? It's only sausage day today.
Son of a bitch. I don't know. You got to have both.
That's a lot of pans to be cooking.
You don't need that. Well, I would
That's
think
at
that you would
least
have a
2.
flat top.
Yeah, that would be the wise way to do it. But is that the budget way to do it? You got to think about affordability.
What are you talking about? We don't run a bar. Who's running this bar? If I owned a bar and didn't have a flat top in it, I'd be like, why the fuck not? Maybe, I guess. They don't have a flat top in a lot of bars.
Yeah. I didn't realize
If
so
I own
many
a-
bars didn't have food in them until I started hanging around Omaha.
Oh, well, because they're just for drinking.
I
Which
guess.
is, I think it's so dumb because, like,
It's so weird. See how many people have Domino's delivered to the bar?
yeah,
Do you see how much that happens? That's
Yeah.
wild. So that's a lot of money that a bar.
So if you think about that, that's hundreds of dollars a night.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the bars see it though. I mean, that's a kitchen you have to staff, and you've got to pay those guys, and they got to be there, and then you got to like meet. You got to meet a bunch of different food and safety
Here's
regulations.
the deal. Okay,
So,
fine.
I mean, think about the one bar that we go to. Do you
Mhm.
think they'd pass a whole lot of real strict food and safety regulations?
Sure.
I don't think so.
Why? Because of where they are?
You just gotta look in the corners. Like,
Well, again, no one's looking in the corner. No one.
and I don't care. I like a bar that's like that.
I mean, kind of.
I don't necessarily
I like honky tonk bars. I know by the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're telling me they don't have a little honky tonk bars? We got grime to them.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of grime.
What?
I
It's
don't
a
know.
white grime? Is that the problem?
No, it's
Is
not
that-
a different. It's not a white grime. It's you first. I don't want no white grime anywhere. No, gross. I try not to do that in public, but no. I don't know. You go to like those places in small cities. You go to small towns like that, Ainsworth, Bassett, Burwell, where they cook food. They're not grimy. I mean, yeah, there's
No.
some. It's more dusty than it is grimy.
You're right.
I'd say it's more dusty.
I'm talking about the bars we hang out in are grimy.
Oh, it's because of the people. It's who you let in the place. First of all, you got to. That's like number one. Who's coming in?
I know, and you
Tell me
prefer
what's-
places with white grime on. them as
That's not just white grime. You know that there's some Mexicans and there's a couple black cowboys that go in there.
I've never seen so many black cowboys as I have in Omaha.
You've seen black cowboys in Omaha?
A couple.
I've like rodeoing. There's more.
They had to have been, 'cause it was a one-time thing.
Dude,
I met a genuine horse lady there one night.
Black horse lady, or like
White. She was,
oh, well,
she was like,
yeah.
she was tan. She was red, but
she was like that kind of
she
red.
looked kind of. She had the skin pigmentation of it, but she
Was
had
she
the
wearing
face of a-
turquoise
she
or
had-
anything?
Yeah, sort of.
Then she
a
probably
cowboy
had it in her.
Yeah. She had the bone structure of not one though. I mean,
Some of
her
them.
features didn't look that way, but her skin did.
Some
it
of
doesn't
them
matter.
Some of them they got that good bone
But
structure.
anyway,
that good. That,
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But it is strange to run into a person of that type at.
such a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the basement. The other one.
With an E.
Yeah.
Still, no.
I feel like it's weirder to run into them there than it would be at the basement.
No, they're all over. They're all over. People like those. Here's the thing, though.
I
Those
just
are
meant
like
cowboy people.
those are like the top two
in that
bars.
place.
Those are like the top two bars in town. Like
Are they
literally,
really?
like ranked and stuff. Like yeah.
Really?
Look up. Look them up. Look up.
For real.
Like look up best or good. Yeah.
You know, one time I was when I was like when I was thinking about moving down there all by myself.
Yeah. Oh.
I was looking. I was like trying to figure out like, okay, where's like an okay place to live, like that like people just don't talk about a
Ralston.
lot. Like as far as like being a single parent, that's where it's affordable and the schools are going to be like okay. So I was like trying to figure that out. Ended up coming across a Reddit article about the best place to find streetwalkers in Omaha.
Yeah.
25th and Leavenworth. Whereas, and I had been going to that bar, Emmett's. I'll just say it, fucking Emmett's.
Yeah.
I've been going to Emmett's for like a year when I had read that, and I was like, no shit. I was like, that's right at the corner. That's like,
Yeah,
you
they're
could throw
there.
a rock and hit that. After I saw that, I started noticing them a lot more.
Oh, there's so many right there.
In there, I've watched some serious game in there.
Yeah.
I watched her from across the room.
It was a lady.
Yeah. Well, that was working on an old fella, which is fine. He was having the time of his life. I never saw him give her any money, but she like would talk to him, and then she'd go back over to the guy who was clearly her pimp. He didn't look like one, but like it was one of those kinds of things where you could see her walking back and forth, like trying to negotiate.
Yeah.
For him, and like I was just like, the only reason I recognized her was because she had hit me up on Instagram, like selling herself. And I was like, oh, this has to be a fake person. And then like I looked at the conversation, and I looked at her, and I looked back, and I was like,
that's gross.
I was like, it was real. Like that was the only that it blew my mind more that it was an actual real person. Like, and I was like, that's crazy. Anyway, I couldn't stop watching. I had to watch the whole thing transpire with watching her run the game on the old man. I couldn't stop watching it.
Am I hearing something? I'm sorry. But yeah,
it sounded like the dog.
Fucking dog.
Is it though?
Could be.
I don't know. Can you see him from where you're at?
No.
It's probably just something flapping.
It's something flapping.
I don't hear it coming through the headphones. It sounds like it's something outside the headphones. So the mics aren't picking it up, I don't think.
Oh, it's just the wind blowing the tree against the... Okay, that's what that is. There's a tree right here.
Tree.
We're in a wood building. It's windy out. It's blowing like the Dickens.
It is. It's a wild thing.
But what do you got there? If you look
What
up
am I doing?
good or best.
I'm looking up. I hadn't even typed it in yet.
Oh.
Because we'd been talking.
Well, yeah. No, there's a lot of grime. That's the type of grime I'm
But
talking about.
I like it though.
I'm a grimy boy.
Where am I supposed to be looking?
Just good or best.
Well, I mean, talk top rated.
What do you got? Here, show me what you got. Oh, I can't read. I can't see.
I mean, I'll scroll, but I don't.
How far? Geez, they're way down.
This one is just right, like on the same block as the basement, as the Dubliner.
Oh, but that's like really fancy. I guess best dives.
Oh, best dives.
You gotta go dives, dude. You got.
Dubliner is on there. She's all the way down at the bottom. She got a 4.5 rating on.
How many?
Reviews.
How many reviews?
823.
That's a lot. That's a good average for that many reviews.
I do love that bar.
I love this bar.
I do, and it's not the type of place to.
It's my kind of. Yeah, it's not the type of place to what?
To play that song.
Not the type of. Nope.
But it is that exactly.
When you walk in through the front door, puts a big smile on my face. It's kind of far.
Yeah. Dive Bars, Omaha, Nebraska. Last updated March 2025.
I could be entirely wrong.
Oh, there's the Down Under. Number 7.
Fuck the Down Under.
My Way Lounge. I've been there a few
Fuck
times.
the Down Under.
I have a lot of fun at My Way. We're going to have to go to My Way.
You can give it to you in your way.
You know what? It was one of the most disappointing things. She kept telling me about it. And so in my head, for some reason, I had it racked up in my mind that this is going to be like a Sinatra-themed bar. Like for some reason. Like I thought it was going to be like a divey Sinatra-style place. And we walked in, not one reference to Frank Sinatra anywhere. not a single one. And I don't think anybody in there probably would have known who Frank Sinatra was. But they have like beer pong tables, and their pool table pisses me off. $1.50 a game. Kiss my fucking ass. Eat shit and
Remember
die.
paying a quarter?
Oh, I do remember paying.
Remember some nights they would just fucking pop that handle and let them rip.
I mean, there are bars here that I have heard of, but a lot of them I've never been to. Oh, there's Dubliner on there too. 24. Like a big pizza pie. What's the category? Oh, I've been to that one too. I don't know. I'll say this: they're some of my favorites. Like, I really dig them.
Those two. Yeah, they're great.
Two.
They're good establishments.
I mean, they're just comfortable. They feel as if home to me now. I've been there every week for like 2 years.
Yeah, you've
now,
lived in
so
those bars for a while, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's like I know where I know when a stool is out of place. You know?
The stool.
Yes.
You see they got that booth in there? You see they got that booth in that bitch?
In which one?
Emmets, they got a booth.
Oh, yeah, I've been sitting back there.
By that handle, that rail that used to fucking flobber?
Yeah, I've been sitting back there at that one.
Yeah, I sat there. I sat there with Zach. He was eating tacos.
Yeah, that's where he sits. That table's for him. He loads that bitch up with pizza.
Of course he does.
But
of course
still
he
love
does.
him. He shared it, and it's always good. It's always good.
He's a wild dude. They had a guitar in there.
like those boys.
They had a guitar in there.
Another new one? A new one?
No, was someone playing guitar for you? Old TD or TG?
Yeah, he has been the past few weeks. They had another guy that showed up who was trying to just jump in and play with the band. Just showed up, decided he was playing with the band.
Oh.
Didn't discuss it with the band prior. He was sitting on the other side of the doorway, facing away from them, not playing with them at all. Just like he was totally just strumming out his own shit. Like it was real bad. Like it was
Dude.
some of the most despicable
We were in there.
musician behavior I've ever seen.
We were
in
in
my
there
life.
last night, and I guess Addie's known him forever, and like this dude went up and did a set, and he was drunk as fuck, and he's like, Andy, what's up? And he's like, I've known this guy for a very long time. Like Addie's like, I don't know how the fuck, but he just made a complete dick of himself. Just made a complete dick of himself, but whatever.
Well, I mean that's what those are for. You need those. It's been a year anniversary since that guy poked me in the chest and called me a cunt. Have I ever told you about
Happy birthday. Yeah.
that? Yeah, that weak fellow. Hopefully he learned a lesson that night. I should have taught him a lesson, but I didn't want to. I was having a good night, and he was very weak. I might have actually really hurt him, but I talked to my dad spoke. It was like it's like speaking a secret language to like if you come across like an adult man who didn't have like a strong dad talking to him, like you can just it's like you have a magic spell over them if you can tap into that dad voice.
Now listen.
And it just immediately shuts them down. Which is cool.
Well, people need it.
People need a lot more of that. There needs to be a lot more of that in the world.
Well, that's like Joey Diaz was talking, and he said that in L.A., like him having a kid, one of the best things he did was get the fuck out of there because like all these girls have like daddy did me wrong energy.
Oh,
That's why they're all on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
I don't know. I feel really bad. I wish we could help him. But, you know, J. Cole said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Yeah, you cannot save those.
You
who don't
can't
wanna be
save
saved.
them. But, like, here's the problem. They vote. They can vote. They go out and vote, and they have ideas, and people are letting these, like...
Well, we just need to get back to a place of uniformity of where the government behaves in a uniform manner and is transparent with what's actually going on. There needs to be a reestablishment of trust, and then we'll be. I think we'll be back.
It's the National Guard's fault.
Do you think it's the National Guard's
I know
fault?
it's the National Guard's fault. We were made in 1683 from the blah, blah, blah in Massachusetts. And then by the act of 1903, when they canceled them, they got mad. Because in 1903, that's when they were like, really, that's when they really were like, everybody was mostly a militia. And then they say that the National Guard started from like 3 of the biggest militias in the Massachusetts area.
Yeah, probably. I mean that they like.
But
to
they were
skip
still
over
under
that.
the crown, and I don't know how
They weren't
often
under
these
the crown
back then.
In 1903.
No, or before that, 1683 or whatever year they say they started.
Okay. Wouldn't that have all reformed? Like
You would think it'd
as
be
soon as we.
Well, because everything else,
Started the
Army,
war.
Navy,
I
and
mean,
Marines
that's-
weren't born until 1775, right before shit got real, right? That makes sense, doesn't it?
There was also a bunch of militias that were fighting with the actual army.
Yeah, after that, but not prior.
No, because why would? I mean, there's no. I mean,
Who were
during the French and Indian
Maybe they
War,
were helping. Yeah,
Well,
well,
that was under the crown. So
it's all for the crown. So you want to talk about a bureaucracy? I think you want to know what I think. I think if you really, really, really want like people to like volunteer themselves and like be like citizen soldiers, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you give the volunteer fire department a Chinook helicopter and a 50 cal, and you just see what people really become.
Mandatory for every fire department.
Every volunteer fire department has an Abrams tank, a Chinook helicopter,
4 Humvees.
Yeah, 4 Humvees. Yeah,
And
2 or 4.
And a APC.
APC, what's an APC?
Armored personnel carrier.
Oh, like, well, that's kind of what a Humvee is.
Well, I mean, no, these are like bulletproof, heavy.
Like those things like the patrol has that they go rolling into riots with?
Yeah, the stuff that they can like drive through a brick wall and drop the door and let everybody out.
Yeah. Do we need that?
I mean, it'd be cool though. Like, I'm pro-military, anti-government. That's where I sit. I love all that technology.
So like I'm
I think
saying,
it's
like
so dope.
I don't know,
but also I don't want to see it used to kill people
exactly.
who don't deserve it.
Exactly. You don't. I mean, here's what I've noticed. We're gonna get a lot of hate, and I'm telling you this. And I know a lot of people in the Guard, and I respect them for it. And like they do good, right? They do good now. But if you ask anybody, hey, if shit really happens, are you gonna act like? And they're like, we need to. They're like, nope, we're gonna go and do my like. If it's really that bad, I'm going to my family. And it's like, okay, like duties, due diligence. And there's one thing. Okay, here's another thing. We already have reserve units in every branch, right?
Yeah.
What is wrong with subjugating people to the reserve units of those branches so that way I think that like Navy should have Navy control. I know that the Army and the National Guard work together, but like what are they doing separate? Like what are you doing separate? And I know that the National Guard's more on behalf of the state. But guess what? I don't trust my fucking state government either. And like the fact of the matter is that it is illegal to have a militia in most states now. So if you really truly did, if you had 100 guys who maybe they were all successful HVAC guys and they were all millionaires and they could afford a Humvee and they had their licenses to be like we can buy an automatic weapon, so they get a couple fucking 50 cals and shit. If those guys actually started doing that and like putting up tents and fences and shit, the kibosh is going to get put on that immediately. Even if they had no intention to actually harm anybody, they were like, no, we just actually want to form a well-trained militia. We want to get local, like...
You'd have to get some serious lawyers involved, and it would be a massive, like, it would end up in a massive Supreme Court case.
Exactly.
Because that is, as the way I recall, that is one of our rights.
I think that's number 2. Oh, it says right there, a well-regulated militia, and then everybody just think, well, that means I can have a gun. No, that means if you go, like they've made laws that if you go and gather with a bunch of other people with guns, I mean, they label that a terrorist unit, which is just bullshit. Like,
it all started with Jonestown, man. David Koresh. That's not Jonestown.
That was Waco,
That's
Bubba.
Waco. I get those two mixed up in my head for some. Jim Jones.
I think it started with Ruby Ridge.
You know, it did start with Ruby Ridge.
But that's not. I mean, and then what was it? It was like Turning Red when all those fucking Rajneeshs were out in Oregon, and they started their own they had their own police. This guy he was a guru.
Oh, Wild Country?
It might be that guy. He was a guru over in India, and then all those doctors, engineers, people who were successful, had money. They came and built a society over in Oregon on an 80,000 acre ranch.
Oh no, I think that's a different thing than I'm thinking of.
No, they bought this ranch, and this ranch had went to shit, and they cultivated it back. They were raising plenty of cattle for themselves. They took over. They were taking over local government because there were so many of them. So obviously, you all registered to vote, and you can't. Which is okay.
Maybe that is the same one that I was thinking of. That they bust in a bunch of homeless people, got them registered to vote.
Nope. These people, there was people coming from corners of the world to this place. These people, no, because he had an ashram in India, and Bhagwan Rajneesh Osho, I think his name was, and dude, if you watch this, if you hear him talk, if I was alive, I think it was during the 70s when this guy was really kicking off, late 60s, early 70s, and they were over here in the 80s. Bub, I would if I would have been there. There's no doubt in my fucking mind. There's no doubt in my fucking mind. people of all over the world were coming in. Like I said, like at first it was people who could like afford to come to this guy's ashram, and he was like enlightening people who had and like helping these people who had like blockages in their career, like could doctors, lawyers, like people, and like they were so they were coming back. They would go and like succeed even more and keep coming back, and then then like regular people were joining it. And granted, they were having orgies and shit.
Of course, that's how they always do it.
God, it's always got to be an orgy.
I mean, I've told you, I've often considered starting a cult. If this whole comedy thing don't work out, I think I could run a good cult.
I think it's got, I don't know. I believe in your cult capabilities, but like, the problem is they're going to put the kibosh on they're going to, I mean,
you're supposed to be able to do that. That's what this country's about. Even like changing the laws. And I mean, that's the whole idea. You should start your own town instead of going to a place and changing the laws and fucking that up. Like, that's what you should do.
They did start their own town, but they were in the counties. So like, that's that's so they started taking over the county ship because they owned that ranch, and there was enough of those people who were residents on that ranch to vote.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
That the government of Oregon did not like it. They called in the FBI.
That's not good. That's not how That's not how this country's supposed to work at all. Good or bad, I mean.
I guarantee you, if that would have happened to Oregon, I bet Oregon would be a better place. Because now look at Oregon, fucked.
Yeah, it does seem pretty fucked off.
And maybe limit. I don't know how to. How do you? What do you do? What do you do? I mean, like, Canada's fucked. Did you hear Alex Jones on Tucker Carlson's fucking podcast the other day? Oh my God. Well, I don't know. Shit's gonna get haywire. Shit's gonna go haywire. It's gonna. I said that before he said that. I've been telling you. I'm fucking.
Well, things have felt pretty itchy for the last 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years? It's been longer than that. Things have been itchy since 05. It feels like.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I
felt pretty good in like 2011, 2012.
Yeah, that was 2012. Krispy Kreme.
The year we got. What was it? Osama was the second. What was the last one we got?
Yeah, we got Osama.
Was that the one?
Yeah, but he was a CIA plant. He worked for us. And then we killed him.
I know that now, but like at the time, it felt good about it. At the time, it felt good.
Oh, it felt good. Yeah.
At the
time, because you were lied to and persuaded.
Yeah, of course.
He
had some good. Just like Luther, he had some good points.
Here's what's crazy. Like what is it? Is it Gaddafi they talk about too? Like
he was the one that was in Egypt.
Like they were successful,
sodomized with a rusty bayonet.
But they were like successful. Like things were changing.
Anyway,
things were changing there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like we keep killing people as a country, and then it always seems to be the wrong person 20 years down the line. Like, that maybe was a bad idea.
I think we should probably just go back to an isolationist behavior a little bit.
Oh, yeah, but see,
we still trade, but like we're gonna have to.
Well,
we're gonna have to come back home a little bit.
That's just it. You have these neo fucking. They're talking about like fucking off with Iran, I don't understand the current political system. We voted for no wars. Like, that was one of the things, and I don't know if we didn't speak loud enough about that. Like, I know that people are like, well, we want stuff to be better, but I think number one would be like, hey, we should fucking quit blowing shit up and getting ourselves into problems that are going to cost us something 20 years later. Get a fucking tariff, fine, whatever. Like, make it impossible for the shingle to get made in Bangladesh. I would love for a shingle to be made in America again. I would love 3,500 people in fucking Kentucky to be able to make $80,000 a year because they put kick-ass shingles together and they send those all over the United States to get put on roofs every year. Is that too bad? Is that too much to ask for? But besides that, what the fuck was I saying? Are you getting chilly? I'm chilly.
Yeah, do you want to shut that?
I might shut it a hair.
You can shut it a hair. We're going to have to get some lights back here.
Yeah. Well, I had a girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend anymore. She drove through here trying to run me over one time.
Oh, no shit.
And she literally did a U-E.
Did one of these?
She did a U-E and blew out the door.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, it looks fine now.
Well, Yeah, the guy. Yeah, shouts out to Sudbet Construction.
I see new studs in the corner over there.
Yeah, and then there used to be. You see that electrical line up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it used to run.
That.
You see how it's cut off right here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They get caught on the fucking car on the way out.
Well, yeah. You see how that's all brand new?
Yeah.
Yeah. The car.
Oh, she blew through the doorway.
Brother.
Like, she blew through the frame. Oh boy.
Oh, almost ran me over twice in less than 24 hours.
Were you more pissed about that or the garage wall?
She stole my phone and all my money. I was really pissed about that.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be number one.
And then she tried to start Googling kid porn on there. And yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What happened with this?
Well, the police took my phone for like a week and had so I had no phone. I'm just like, and then we had kids. I had a kid with her. So like,
Ooh.
I'm just like, I lost my phone and then I lost my jobs and maxed out my credit cards. Had to fight the state and get my kids and then she went to jail eventually.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they hooked up like a
Holy
diagnostic computer to my phone and were like, which blows my fucking mind because it's like because they went and had to kick her door in. They found her under a bed with my phone and then they were like, well, she was Googling these things on the time. And I'm like, so there's the time. It just fucking she just caused messes in my life. And then the state, you're going through it. Mm-hmm. The state, they don't get like, and it's all like these like 27, 28-year-old ladies who work for this fucking state. And they've never lived life and they're college educated. And I just want to give back. Well, and they have that feeling because they were taken care of as children. Mm-hmm. And so like they're working for this job that pays them $32,000 a year and they got to go see like the worst in people. Shit, and then so like when something's actually like going on, they got no fucking clue, and then they're just not smart. Like, dude did meth like for like this process went on for 2 years, and like they were trying to put the kids in therapy and shit, but then like have her come in during the therapy set, and I'm like, you're just fucking these kids up. And so like thank God they let another therapist, like they're like, well, let's get a therapist, and like like this therapist is like, why would you think it's a good idea to like, and so fuck, just a fucking mess, just a fucking mess. And like, yeah, fuck my life up. I mean, like, I'm okay, obviously, but like, honestly, like the fucking percussion ripple effect of it is still like fairly lingering, you know, like.
Oh, it's gonna.
Oh,
I mean.
Oh, that's 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that still happens.
Because I mean, like, dude, I lost my fucking job. They're just. They like were like, okay, because I was dad, obviously, and so like they put these kids on me because she's going through all of her legal shit, but then like so she's trying to put shit on me, and then like said, so then she goes to jail, then she gets out, she's on like probation and stuff, so you can go see the fucking kids, and like just everything's traumatizing. She's still doing meth, but I'm like, dude, she's pissing clean. They're like, no, we urinate her, and I'm like, that
doesn't.
Do you understand how fucking like if you're like it's not
especially when they know the day ahead of time.
But you know what? And then here's what kills me is she got caught doing meth at one of the visits, like at her parents' house. And then they were like, they took it, but did they stop it? No, it was a hiatus fucking break. She had to come back and be clean. Like just nonsense. Like how many fucking like if I fucked up one time as like an adult father, I think they would. I couldn't get help for food because of the money I had made in my years previous. I was 21 when this fucking happened to me, and from since I started working when I was 16, they were like, "You've done good enough in your life before that we have complete belief in you that you'll figure a way out." Like that's what they did to me, and it's just like, well, if I had a fucking pussy, it was a fucking drug abusing failure at fucking life, I'd get $400 fucking a month for help with my rent and the heat. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, I was pissed. Oh, yeah. I went through that. I lived in some technically a Section 8 housing, income-based. And I was the only one.
Keep talking. I'm going to get that.
I was the only one, whole building, that actually had a job, like, every day. Yeah. So, very odd for that. But it's, like, and it was only part-time. So, like, my rent was only, like, $300 a month. Yeah. Which, honestly, about what I thought that apartment was really worth. I mean, like, it wasn't a great apartment. It was fucked up. It was ground floor, but it was 2 bedrooms and a bath. And I mean, whatever. The neighbors sucked, but it seemed reasonable. Soon as I made full time, it was going to jump to $700 a month.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not worth that.
You can't do it.
This isn't worth that on top of, then you got electric on top of that. Why am I going to live in this shitty of a place
for
that
much
amount of money? It's just a trap. It's a trap to make you not want to succeed, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why that whole system is that way. Because you just make there's no like, all right, well now you started making more, so you just get a little less. Like, there's none of that. It's as soon as you cross that threshold, it's nothing. I mean, if you can make so little, you can get all the fucking help in the world, but you make like $5 more, all of a sudden nothing.
Yeah.
Which
and
you wonder why how real life works.
You wonder why all these fucking women in Grover fucking pajama pants that smell like shit and are driving a beat up fucking Subaru with 3 spares on it. Why does she got 3 kids hopping on that thing? It's because they're going to Target. Yeah, they're like, it's just fucked. They just don't gear the system in a way of growth for anybody. And then like I said, so anybody who ever relies on it, if they like show growth, they're like, oh fuck you, like they immediately kick your ass out. So and then
you're just left out in the lurch because you don't actually.
I think that's why the welfare class has grown so much.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you this: there's absolutely no reason that like a family, multiple generations, should live on welfare. There's absolutely no reason for that.
Oh,
no
2-3 generations
in a row. There's no reason for that.
Oh, but it happens all the time. It's so common. It happens. I would say.
Much. And just to be clear, that's a lot of trailer park people too. It's not. I'm not talking about ghetto black people.
No.
Trailer park folk do that.
To the world. We live in Nebraska. We're just gonna be real honest. We see black people in Omaha. There's a few black people in rural areas. The people that we are talking about are like, just, not good people.
Yeah,
not good people.
They're Joe Dirt without any charisma.
It ain't even Joe. Yeah, they're just. I mean, like things are disgusting. The world's
a disgusting place.
Well, and that's what I was trying. I mean, like I think that,
including my own, I have some disgusting.
Yeah, but and everybody does, and we are all poor, miserable sinners.
Amen, brother.
But there's a handful of morals and some ideas goes a long way.
That's true.
I mean, like, I think that the standards of America. Okay, so like, look at videos. When did people like quit dressing up? The 50s? It kind of stopped in the 60s.
No, I think people were still like dressing up to go on planes in like the 70s.
People were,
and 80s.
yeah, but like it
90s, early 2000s. That's probably when that kind of all started.
Okay,
off.
So for like 100,
remember the 90s was super grungy compared to like everything else.
Yeah,
I mean, there was some grunge in the 80s. There was some roughness in the 80s, but
Come
90s
as you are. Yeah,
not even the music, just everybody.
No. Yeah, people started getting fucking lazy.
Everything started becoming more grungy.
I mean, like I don't.
And then 9/11 happened, and then the whole country seemed to split, where there was half the country was grungy folk, and half the country was like real buttoned up.
Well, I don't wear like a suit every day.
I don't wear a suit. I don't even own a suit.
You don't own a suit?
I need to get one.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I feel bad about. Is
you
that
should
I
definitely own
a suit.
I think every man should own. If I had like
three, I need.
If I was more successful, if I was like, if I really had like, if I was more successful. I mean, granted, I wear like work clothes and do fine for my life, but like,
I can't justify spending $300 on clothes. That's where it is.
That's it.
Me. Like to me in my mind,
my suit jacket's more than that, and people fucking buy suit jackets that are like fucking $2,500.
I know.
Like, so you're gonna sit here and tell me your whole suit's gonna cost you $300? That's everything.
That's a dirt cheap suit.
Yeah, that's a ghetto suit, dude.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta get you classed up.
I know. It's just with financial predicaments that is never.
It ain't about it. It ain't about it because you're gonna
It's
need
never
a
seemed
suit. And
justified. Yeah, I'm gonna need.
it's
a
like
suit, I'm
comedy.
not gonna
It's
be
like somebody's gonna see you in that suit and be like, "Oh, he's actually like you're gonna need
my
it."
comedy would not work in a suit.
I'll tell you this: if you don't get a suit, like a full fucking trousers, vest, suit, jacket, if you don't do that, I at least recommend like a blazer or a suit jacket, like of some kind.
Well, I made somebody a promise that I intend to keep someday if it ever happens. That if I ever record a special in a theater,
Yeah,
I've got to wear a rhinestone cowboy outfit.
I would love that. I love embroidered shit.
Suit jacket, all rhinestoned up.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Exactly like that. But it was a promise or deal that I made a long time ago to somebody that I don't even talk to anymore. But I'm going to keep it anyway.
It's supposed to get 36 tonight.
It is going to get 36 tonight.
It's supposed to be kind of chilly tomorrow.
It's going to be a hard morning light shining through that window, brother.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know what that's actually from, but I'm quoting
A hard
Big Mouth.
morning light.
I'm just quoting Big Mouth. That's all I'm doing.
I haven't watched a lot of Big Mouth lately.
Well,
That's a good show, though.
It was very funny.
Oh,
that part is when.
what's
meet my friend Joe Walsh. Yeah, is this the gay kid you were talking about, man? He goes, oh, I don't know. He goes, it's okay, man. You know, you're together, and it's like you're brothers. And then, one day you're just not brothers anymore. And then Don Henley doesn't return your phone calls.
you want that?
Or he goes, if he's that way.
Who was he talking to? Andrew or the gay one?
The tall gay one.
The pretty gay one?
Yeah, maybe he's gay. I don't remember how the show panned out, but hold on a second.
Yeah, it's a good show. Shouts out to Nick Kroll.
He does great voice.
Oh my God. What's her name? Fucking oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Andrew. Oh my God. Andrew. What the fuck's her name? She's my favorite.
It's been so long.
Oh, she was my favorite character.
I like.
Yeah,
the
he's
Ghost
just
of Duke
zanned
Out.
out right now. He's like,
The gym coach was made me laugh.
oh
so
yeah.
hard.
Oh, he's funny too.
I live in a shipping container out by the airport, out by LaGuardia.
When the queer eye went with him, my peni.
I made wet in the warm. It's one of the funniest things I'd ever heard.
You want that again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I made the sticky in the warm, or whatever he says.
I made the warm sticky goo come out. Or I can't remember. I haven't seen that show in a minute. That was a good cartoon.
I remember when it came out. Me and my buddy Adam sat down and we were watching it. I think it's in the second episode. He starts fucking that pillow. And,
with the lentils in it.
And the pillow's talking to him.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Jay, yeah.
And I just remember in the middle of Adam and I just
Lola.
Me and Adam just looked at each other and we were like, "What in the fuck are we watching?"
It's a wild
What
show.
is going on?
It's so
right
true
now?
though.
I've never seen a show more accurately portray puberty at all.
Yeah, and it
ever.
hits all the different aspects of it.
It does. It's it
Like,
really
Everybody hits puberty a different way.
When puberty starts for my kid, I have considered just being here, let's just watch this show. It's gonna be aggressive, but
you're gonna.
I've thought about it. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I think PG-13 kids or PG-13 things should be shown to kids that are 9 and 10, and PG mature 17 should be shown to kids that are 13, 14.
I don't think that's how it was for me.
That's how
much.
yeah. I mean that's.
I mean, I saw some pretty aggressive things younger than that. I mean, I was playing Grand Theft Auto from 3rd grade on. So I mean, how old are you in 3rd grade?
3rd grade, 9, 10.
Yeah. So, did you unplug the cans?
I unplugged the fucking cans, dude. Can you
we
hear
need
me?
to get
still?
you some actual cans. Those are more like saucers as opposed to cans. But
What's a can?
I mean, it'd be like this. It'd be over ear. Oh, actually enclosed over the ear.
Over the whole ear.
Yeah.
Man, what a racket!
That's how you can get in here and get these soft, sultry sounds like this. You get real voice control when you've got it really dialed in the monitor headphones. My God, I'm sick of these Reddit notifications. I don't even post anything. I just read bullshit about the union. You just use Reddit for porn. No, actually. I have a hard time with Reddit. I don't understand it. I don't do a good job. I don't get how to operate through it. I gotta stop whispering, but it's just become a habit, and I can't quit doing it.
You're like Buddy the Elf.
I like to whisper. Okay, I think I'm out of it
let
now.
it out. You
I
had to
think I'm out
whisper
of it
there,
now.
huh?
I had to whisper there for a minute,
It's
but
all right.
I know I've never been able to figure out Reddit. I don't understand scrolling through it. I don't get how you I have to like Google specific shit, and then it'll appear. Like I'll be like reviews for this Reddit, and then like I'll see the posts, and I'll like that's the only way I can actually find what I'm looking for.
Is by Googling it,
Is by Googling it and then putting Reddit at the end.
and then you open the Reddit app.
Yeah, and then you just click on that link and it opens the Reddit.
Yeah,
app.
Reddit's all over. I don't know how people fucking navigate shit like that. Reddit's been up for a while.
It's old. I mean, it's got a lot of age.
There was a lot of I try to think back to high school. There was a lot of crazy shit going on. Remember? Did you ever do Yik Yak?
Yeah, we were on Yik Yak.
Did you ever fuck a bitch off Yik Yak?
I tried so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time
I bought. I think I got weed off of there once.
Off
That
of
was
Yik Yak.
that was the like the anonymous posting thing, right?
Yeah,
Do you remember the
crazy
Whisper,
shit.
the Whisper app? Did you ever have Whisper?
I don't think I ever used Whisper.
Whisper was like the same kind of thing where you would just like post something, and there was a lot of people trying to hook up on there.
Yeah,
I got real close until she sent me some pictures, and I was like, no.
Yeah, once
I
you
don't
get
think
that
so.
snap and they send you a picture, and you're like, ew.
You could send pictures on there.
Ooh.
That was the thing. Like,
Ooh.
yeah. So like, and as soon as she sent it to me, I was like, well, she had a fedora on, so I was like, oh my god, I can't fuck a lady wearing a fedora.
I watched a
can't
porno
even-
the other day. The lady was fingering her. She was hot with a fedora on. I was like, she's obviously not right in the head because she has a fedora on, but we'll let her proceed. There's a reason why she's doing this film shoot today.
I don't understand why. At what point those got dorky? Because when I see videos of dudes wearing those in like the 50s and 60s, I think they look good. Like I think
Yeah,
they
because
look
everybody
cool.
looked uniform, and now you
But
look like a
like-
fucking cork.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand what changed. Is it
Society.
Is it just the people that are
Dude,
wearing
it's society. It's like in 2020 when everybody was wearing fucking suits to bring in the roaring 20s. Then they got COVID. Look what you fucking cocksuckers did.
them? No, I would never. I go to parties like this.
You don't even own a suit jacket.
I mean,
We got to
this is how I
dress
go
you
to
up a
parties.
little bit. We got to get you snazzed out.
Can we tie dye a suit?
You could. Somebody could. Yeah. Do you believe in specialists, or you would do it all? I'll do it myself type of guy.
For something like that, I would want to hire somebody that's not going to fuck it up. Because if I do it, half chance that I do it poorly and it all runs together.
So yeah, if you buy a
Doesn't come
white
out
suit,
tie-dye.
you know who I'm hiring? I'm hiring that bitch with dreads in her hair, and like she's got grayish silver hair because she's like 68, and she shows up with that stick shift fucking Volkswagen van. You know,
Is this a real lady or just in your imagination?
I've met these ladies before. My great aunt, before she died, big hippie, fucking liberal lady, but she owned that kick-ass restaurant, right? So she knew like a lot of these like artsy fartsy old people who are like actually like they do just weird professional shit like, oh, I make stained glass lamps. I built Johnny Depp's lamps for like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, you run into these people. There's professional like somebody.
We could find some. I've seen videos of people online that
Well,
know how to tie dye like a picture.
It's like there's dudes who make custom axes.
Yeah. So I mean, I could find.
Yeah.
somebody to do
Oh
it.
yeah.
It's just more about like justifying the expense. That's all it is to me right now. That's all I'm.
You're at
that's
a
all I can
justification of expense.
Yeah,
I think
I have to justify to myself how much money I put into doing comedy.
I would
in
recommend
this
it.
currently.
Anybody. Here's the thing. You never know when you're going to go to court.
Soon.
So you better.
Probably.
You know what helps in court? Good suit jacket. I think that like I recommend like I would tell like if a 14, 15-year-old was like, what kind of advice do you got? I'd be like, well, what do you plan on doing? And if they were honest and like, I'm selling drugs, I'd be like, get a suit jacket. Well, for what? I'd be like, you're going to end up in court. And then like a kid who might not end up in court can wear that suit jacket to a nice place.
I've went in there wearing my work uniform. That works really well.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Because it shows that you're actually doing something. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like I'm more than once I've had to be like, Your Honor. They've asked for like 3 continuances, and that one time I just stood up and I said, Your Honor, please. Like, I've had to take 3 weeks in a row. I've had to take time off of work to come over here.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to feed this kid and pay for all this if I have to keep coming back here, but I can't work, and she doesn't work? You guys can't find her to serve her papers. In 3 weeks, I could have walked over to Orchard, and knocked on every door in the town and found her. You can't, like, and you have cars. Like,
you have cars.
Like, I don't understand. He goes, actually, you know what? You're right. I rule in plaintiff's favor. Like, Smith the Allen. I was like, oh, man.
Ooh.
Doing mock trial in high school helped. I was bad at that, but it gave me good experience.
Yeah.
Mock trial.
Dude, yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something. And this makes me really fucking sad.
You know how to behave in a courtroom, which is good. That's the biggest thing, because there's a lot of people. I've seen them go in there. They don't know how to behave in a courtroom. It's very different than, like, just being polite in real life.
I was going to be a lawyer. I was studying to go be a lawyer when I was in college. I was like, I'm going to go do this shit. I swear to God, as soon as I was prosecuted, I was like, I better learn, like, I like, whatever.
You want to be my lawyer for my upcoming case? We can come in dressed like this.
You want to know who's actually a really good lawyer? The lady. She's actually, like, she reads.
Shouldn't talk about it on here, but I'm about to go through some real rough stuff, I'm thinking, unless I can talk some sense into an unsensible woman.
Can I get one of them?
For sure, brother. That's why I'm chaining down these, but I probably shouldn't talk about it on here. I would hate to end up in a custody hearing and then be like, Honor, your next bit of evidence, and then they turn the TV on and I see the udder. I'd be like, oh my God.
Did I see the udder? The udder's on court TV. Oh, dude, I love when I was doing criminal stuff and getting prosecuted as a criminal. I loved going to court and just seeing the degenerates in there, and then, like, they'd wheel out the TV with the judge on it, who before the judge came out, and they're like, if you're here for drug court, like, it, like, they just it was just stupid. But then the sheriff would always have, like, Peachos, no offense, but he'd always have, like, a fucking snack and a pop and be on his phone. And then, like, everybody else, if you pulled out your, like, it's just such a fucking stupid thing. I hated it. Yeah,
I don't know. Every courtroom's a little bit different. The one courtroom that I've been having to go to recently, not my charges, I have to go watch somebody else's hearing, but
you do it on jury duty?
No, it was somebody I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it is funny. But when you're not in trouble, going and watching court is, like, almost very amusing. Like, it's
oh my God.
When you're not, it's not you.
Dude, the judge
I saw a guy get sentenced to probation, and he was also remanded not only from drinking or doing anything like that, like probation normally is.
Yeah.
He was also banned from doing any cold medicine, because he claimed that he had a cold and he had taken some cold medicine, and that's why he had acted so crazy.
Really?
Yep. So the judge sentenced him to not.
Was he eating that Mucinex with that Sudafed in it?
I don't think it was the truth.
I watched a kid.
I don't think it was the truth, is what I'm saying. Like, I think he was just blaming that. Like, I think he was probably fucking hammered or something. Like, he was just trying to blame it on something else, so thinking that he wouldn't get in trouble for it. Like,
I remember one time I was in court and I watched this. It was just foolish. This guy he had to go to court because it was back when this was still a concealed carry, before it was like you're allowed to just fucking not open carry, but like constitutional carry.
Yeah.
The fucking guy blew, like, you can blow like a .08. He blew like a .076, and then they were like mad because he had a gun. You weren't supposed to have any alcohol on you when you carried your gun. And she's like, I could make a fucking, like, and I'm like, this guy's like 62, probably like a vet, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But she's like, well, don't do it again, and, like, just fuck you. Like, don't reprimand the guy. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna, this is on the record, like, oh, shut the fuck up. Fuck your record.
I do kind of part of me misses that old school policing, but then there, too many people abused it.
What, punching fucking kids in the throat, dude? One time I watched an old fat cop fucking tase a kid for running, just running.
How many times have you heard stories of people older than us being like, "Well, yeah, the cops showed up and they just sent everybody home"? When did that ever happen in our time?
No, they fucking ticketed every single one of us.
Yes,
I tried to give them a fake name because I was on probation and I knew I was gonna go to jail. The only reason I had my ankle monitor off. Oh my god, dude! When I was a kid, this bitch killed her kid. So I was on I was supposed to be on an ankle monitor for like 8 weeks. I ended up being on it for 10 months because she was on trial, and the judge who was supposed to be my judge, and like the county attorney who was supposed to be like the county attorney against me, were on this bitch's case. So I had to fucking be on house arrest for almost a fucking year instead of the 2 months that they said, and I had to go get a meniscus surgery. So they took it off of me because I needed to go get a fucking surgery.
Yeah.
And like, I ended up at a fucking party.
Obviously, you took that opportunity to go party.
Of course.
I understand.
And so like,
I would have done the same thing.
There was this chick with big jugs from the Lutheran school, and like, I was like, I'm not drinking tonight.
Big jug Lutheran chicks.
She was a very pretty girl, and she came up to me and she goes, "Hi, how are you?" And was talking to me, and like, I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "I'm drinking rum and I took a fucking drink. And I swear within 10 minutes, the cops show up. I blew like a .01. Like nothing. But there's nothing allowed.
Nothing allowed.
And so then they're sitting in the car, and they're like, "You got an ID on you?" I was like, "I do not have my ID on me." And they're like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I am 21. Like, they're like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Yes, I am." Like, definitely like 16. Just definitely a kid. Like,
yes, I am.
Yeah, like... And then he was like, "You need to be honest with me." I was like, "Well, I was like, "You might have to take me to jail if I'm honest with you." And he's like, "Why?" Because the sheriffs were cool. The state patrols were old and dicks, and they literally tased a kid. Fuck.
Yeah, we were crafty. We never got...
They put us in a line, and he said, "If any of you fuckers jump, I'm going to tase you."
And somebody jumped?
Yeah. Yeah. But they did try, like, we partied so much at that gravel pit. So many people ran away from there. It was hilarious. It just became...
I ended up getting led through a swamp once. I mean, and we came back, and it turned out the cops hadn't even like, they had just been driving down the road. Like,
yeah.
They didn't even pull in
Dude,
there.
one time...
And
go ahead, tell me your story.
But we got back around, and, like, this was a party of, like, 50 people, probably.
Yeah.
All out at a dairy barn.
Yeah.
It was the dopest thing in the world.
Those are the best parties.
It was set up. The beer pong table was set up down in like the lower walkway.
Oh yeah.
And so, and there was couches on both sides.
Yeah.
So it felt like you were playing in like a coliseum.
Yeah.
Like it felt crazy.
Because you're in the round.
Yeah. In the party.
You're in the round at the dairy barn, dude.
And it was great.
That'd be a kick-ass idea for comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And
like if one of these big, huge dairy barns where they got like the carousels in goes out, that'd be fucking... I think that'd be the shit, like comedy in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, go on. Sorry, we'll talk about this later.
Anyway, yeah, the dairy barn was the great place to party. And then the one time somebody said, the cops are coming. So everybody fucking like ran, even though we all had cars there.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
And like there was like 10 of us that like ran back through the field, and he goes, "Oh, it's dry back here, and then stepped right in the marsh because it's all in lowland, so like the water will just seep up if it's been a wet season."
Yeah.
And he kept saying, "Oh, it's dry, fucking soaking shoes."
Oh, that sucks.
We ended up
Your socks
walking
are wet.
like a mile around, and we're like, "All right, well,
it was summer?
We'll just creep up." No, I mean it was springtime.
Oh, could have been cold.
It wasn't real cold that night.
Thank God.
Maybe I was just hammered. I don't know.
But yeah, cold is terrible. Cold and wet. You got to run from the cops when you're a kid. Fuck that.
And there was a huge bonfire. I mean, like full-grown trees that had been taken out, and we just stacked in a pit. Like huge fire that you could see from the road. And
yeah, from the road. Yep.
It was very like, okay, somebody's definitely gonna show up, because we were smart. We never posted it. Like if any time a party got posted, like on Snapchat or anything. Anybody posted anything like that, immediately we would go party somewhere else, because we were smart enough to not
go there,
to be like, okay, well, that's out there in public, and now people have seen that, so like obviously they're gonna call the cops.
Luckily,
a 16-year-old posted about a drinking party out at this gravel pit, or in his parents' back 40. Like, of course the cops are gonna know exactly where that is.
Junior year, we were doing fight nights.
Oh yeah,
and the kid who was running it definitely got in trouble. He did like the cops showed up and like everybody took off running because he has like a big piece of land that runs out back, right? He doesn't. His dad does. So everybody takes off running, and like he's the only one standing there, and he's like talking to the cops and like, if you keep fucking doing this, like somebody could sue you, like if their kid gets beat up, and like just trying to tell it.
It could get real
But
bad.
they did try. We're in Pierce County, and do you ever hear about the bombing range?
No.
Well,
We didn't venture this far.
people get fucking loaded at the bomb, believe it or not. And so what it is, it's like a crossroad of like fucking 3 MMRs. So for miles, these roads are MMRs, and then there's a crossroad of 3 of them.
Okay.
So it's like a big open area of like just 3 like it's just a big crossroad in the like not in the middle of the it's in the middle of the county. Sure, we'll just call it that. And like you had to have a pickup to get out there.
Yeah.
I remember doing like 80, just bouncing bitches, because like chicks would like show up in their cars and like park them like where they could along. Which what a sign of like
something's happening.
Oh my god. But yeah, and so these chicks would be standing there and you'd roll up just reeking of weed. You'd have like 5 guys in your cab and be like, "Well, get in the back, bitches," and then. The one you liked got to sit in the middle by you. You played it to your game.
Yeah, you did.
You fucking are playing Zeppelin, fucking immigrant song for a bunch of white girls. You're doing 80. You're trying to fucking fly one up.
Yeah, you're trying
it's
to
not
impress,
a good idea. Yeah, and you're actually an idiot.
What you're doing is you're trying to impress them, but really you're just attracting other men. It's a very weird thing.
What you're doing is being stupid as fuck.
It is dumb.
And
I remember I tried showing off a lot. It worked out sometimes, but very rarely. Most of the time,
girls must be stupid at that age too. They must be.
Are.
They must be.
They
have to be.
They're just as dumb as we are. They just don't let it on.
They're like book smarter.
I'd give book smarter.
And like maybe even money smarter at that age. I would say that maybe even a little bit money smarter.
Maybe.
And then job smarter. But like more responsible. They were more responsible.
More responsible, but they were still reckless and stupid.
Oh, they were. Yeah. So stupid.
And so much of what I did was so dumb. I remember so many times going out in like a little sedan going to a party in a gravel pit.
Dude, yeah, I took my 87 Caprice across the sand. That never got stuck. My truck would get stuck all the fucking time.
Yeah, and just all the time. And like just throwing fucking like an artillery shell in the bonfire.
Oh, like, dude, I hate when people start throwing artillery. I want to fight everybody.
I only did it once. Because that was really, as soon as I let it go, I was like, wait. That was actually really stupid. That was like a really dumb thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea if that's going to shoot off into the air.
You've got no clue.
You got no idea what's going to happen. So I only did it the one time, but we did a lot of like hanging out the like lighting a Saturn missile. Remember the Saturn missiles that had like 72 reports to them? Like light a Saturn missile and like hang out the car window with it, like going like 40 miles an hour down the road on the way in, just like crazy. Hood surfing. I used to do so much hood surfing, doing like 65 down Old Country Oil.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I would just climb out the passenger window and just climb onto the hood of the car.
Great.
And just stand. And I would stand.
Oh. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
Looking back on that, I should have died.
Could have died
times.
Could have. Should have. Would have. Huh?
Could have. Should have.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
No, but I would have. But good. My God, statistically I should have.
Yeah. Or you're. Vegetable.
Yeah, that should not have ended well for me.
It wouldn't have, but it didn't.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I did fine. And I'd always climb back in the window. We never had to stop the car for me to climb back in, which is insane. I could never do that now.
Yeah.
Not in a million years.
You're thinking about it too much.
I don't think I could ever do that now. I feel like I've lost my balls. What's happened to me?
Because
I won't do.
Because I'm not gonna get on a fucking car doing 70 on a gravel road. Like, okay.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That's an insane thing to. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I was crazy.
I don't know. I watched a lot of kids die. I'm sure a lot of kids in your area died doing stupid shit too. And no,
not
dude. There
really,
was like a fucking plethora over
like,
this way that just.
I mean, we just got very, very lucky. I mean. Nobody really died. Nothing really crazy ever happened. I only ever remember like 2 kids rolling their cars, and like one of them was like both of them were them fucking around. Like
dude,
they were out fishtailing and they turned the wheel the wrong way, and
a lot of kids hit trees.
we never had a lot of that. We had a lot of rolled over in the ditches.
You ever have kids get deweys or anything? Dude, kids were getting deweys and all that shit.
We never had. I don't remember a lot of kids getting deweys. I remember a lot of MIPs though. I remember.
Yeah, there was that.
MIPs, I think that was still a pretty new thing when I was going through.
Yeah, you were right on that line. They really started enforcing it when I was coming up, and I was a couple years behind you.
Because I remember when that first. Well, I mean, when I graduated and then I went to Wayne, they like bragged that last year, the first weekend of college, they handed out 93 MIPS, and I was like,
great.
I was like, okay, well, actually, this first weekend, maybe it'd be a good idea if we just hang out inside and play Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, let's play this statistically, because we're gonna do a lot more partying, and we don't want the first weekend to be a MIP.
Yeah, well,
like,
the first one.
I played that so mature for how stupid I was at 19.
Well, sometimes
looking
you win.
back on it in hindsight,
sometimes you win.
I
there
did
was a
win.
lot of ones where you would go, like, people would be like, "There's a big party over here," and you would hear hearsay of a different one, and
you'd go all the way there, and it wouldn't be going on.
That too, dude.
That was such.
Oh
a
my god! Well, that's the problem. Like living here and like kind of I remember when Google Map, like, in my few years, so like I was 16, 12 years ago. Yeah. And like Google Maps didn't have.
It didn't work very well.
It did not work very well. Now you can get anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
but back then,
oh my god! Especially like how we partied out in the country, dude. You had
to go with somebody that knew where it was, that had been there before.
Because here's a lot of that was back when, and this is like pre-fire numbers and all that.
Yeah, not even all the roads.
Like if you put an address, maybe their farmhouse was listed under the address of the fucking cornfield that they owned 6 miles away.
Yeah.
And so then you're like, we're at a cornfield, and like, no, you got to keep driving. Look for the barn. It's dark outside. Look for the red barn. It's the red steel building. Yeah, it's the red steel building, dude. Like, you're missing it. No, you'll see everybody. Yeah, there's a fire on, but
we got to head out to Johnson's. Which Johnson's? Which Johnson? Which one?
God, that's
we're going out to this person's place, but which one?
You did that
to me. 5 of them.
You do that Nebraska shit to me sometimes where you're like, yeah, no, it's right. And I'm like, Lucas, not everybody has seen the same landmarks that you're seeing. Like, but it's fine.
Yeah. When did I do that?
When you were like, oh yeah, it's this building. I'm in a metal shed. You can't miss it. And like, yeah, you can't, but you can.
Okay.
Yeah. It's no, we landmark people. Like my grandpa does. Like everybody in Nebraska does that. They'll be like, there's an old
so long of not having any road signs.
There's an old tractor with a hay rake on it that's been parked there for 12 years. Turn left there.
Yep.
The road should be 92T, and then you're going to cut there. You're going to go 4 miles.
Generally, there's a white and black spotted cow off to the left.
Yeah. Don't turn right at the one with the stop sign. Turn right at the one with the yield sign. You're going to see the blue reflector on the right side in the ditch.
Yep, and then you're going to hit the Y and take the forward one.
Yep, you'll see the grain bin, and then we'll be 3 miles up the lane from there. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
God, I hate that shit so much, you fucking crazy people. Dude.
I know, but we all do it.
We were in Maine, and, like, we were flabbergasted. Because, like, people, like, their land, like, you know how people, like, live in the center of their land here?
Yeah.
Well, people would live on the edge of their land there. So, like, everybody would live along the road and not be so spaced out. And but then they would have all this land. And I'd be like, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But when you understand the geography and they're like, well, the wintertime it fucking snows 32 feet. I'm like, that makes, like, they're like, you need the road. And I was like, okay, fair. Like, they don't have the capability
because tractors.
Well, they do, but like, it makes more sense the way, because it's also on a fucking mountain. It's also on this old rock. Yeah. It's a rock, dude. The air smells crazy there. It's just a trip. Fuck, it's chilly. I'm gonna shut that door. Do you want
to keep going?
Do you? You got to get home here soon, don't you?
Let me see what the message says.
Oh shit! It's already that time.
It is. Well, I'm not going down until Sunday, so I'll have all kinds of extra time compared to usual, but
yeah, no. They live on the road. They live on the road instead of in the center. Which is fine. I don't know, but like you and I know places where God, it's desolate. Isolation for sure. The winter of 49 drew kind of a close to that.
Yeah, man. I've seen some pictures of some old blizzards that were
killed a bunch of kids.
Like, there's a road out by the O-Town that's called the Ridge Road, and the whole reason it was built was because of that insane blizzard. And it's a road that was built running all across the tops of all these hills.
Yeah.
That way there would be a road out there that could actually get cleared, like, reasonably.
Oh.
Like, and I don't think they made it until after all that happened.
Well, no, of course not. That wasn't that in the spring. That was in the spring, wasn't it?
It wasn't.
It was a spring blizzard, right?
Yeah.
It came up by surprise. And so, like, of course they sent all the kids home, and a bunch of kids fucking died in it. And then, yeah, people, because, like, the ranch, they
got snowed in at school.
Well, that ranch that it's fucking 8 miles deep. They lived 5 miles deep. So off of the shit-ass sand road that is there, they lived fucking 5 miles deep out in the fucking sand hill. Like, out there. So, like,
way out.
They were stuck out there for a long time. Like, you know, if you're able to get to town once a week, which back then they were probably going to town once a week. They were going to Bassett once a week.
Yeah, you go into town.
Because now everything runs. You can get everything to you. It doesn't matter where the fuck you are. Like everything runs right to them. It's not like they got to go into town for feed. Nothing no more.
The fuel truck stops by now. Like
everything's it's a breeze. But like what?
Just having a fuel tank on property is so cool. I've always thought that was so that's such a cool thing to have at a farm.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's such a dumb thing to like.
No.
Care. I mean, is it? But I just always because
I want a big diesel truck with a fucking diesel tank on the back. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Also, I mean, there was one that I worked at that he had straight up
Happy
gasoline.
Maundy Thursday. You hear the bells ringing? Sorry.
I hear the church bells ring ding dingling.
Ring a ding ding.
They're jing jing jingling too.
Jingle jangling following you. Bob
Boy,
Dylan said
boy,
that.
it's lovely weather.
First they ride together.
Yes, that's the song. I was trying to get there.
I hear the sleigh bells ringling, ting ting ling doo. Oh no, it's lovely.
It's lovely weather.
I hate going
with you.
Speed in open winter wind. I'm good. I don't need to go anywhere with the windows down.
Dude, I need to be wrapped up. Motorcycle helmet.
Ski goggles.
I mean, I do ski goggles too, but
what's the word on that? What are we doing here?
We're good. We can good for a little bit. We can keep going for a while. I mean, if you're good, you're good. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
We're here in Grandma's basement.
Oh, did I catch a button? Yeah, I just ripped a button out.
Oh, you fucked up that beautiful couch.
It was free.
Do you want to know something insane? This would be perfect for filming, honestly. Like, I really think this would resonate with people. If that flag was over here and we put the camera up over there, this is not a finished product. We can also rotate things because I want signs and I think the license plates, all of it. We're gonna need to get more lights over here, though.
Well, yeah.
What we could do,
we could get a floodlight. We could get
we could just get one of them. We could get one of them fucking chick lights that like
a porn light, like the circle. I have one.
We've got those. I mean, we can get those. I'm talking like what you usually screw like a heating bulb into. You can screw a normal light bulb into it and put it up there. And aim it
I just don't own it, so I can't put I'm not gonna run new electricity in here.
Well, that just requires an extension cord.
Yeah,
that's why I'm.
No, we could make this thing really happen here.
This would be a good spot for it.
Okay.
Until I move, and then it's 2 hours away from me instead of an hour and a half.
I know.
We're just gonna have to have multiple spots.
No, that's fine. Like, yeah, for real. Who gives a fuck?
We're gonna be everywhere, man.
Yeah. What do we got to do? We'll figure out a camera setup. But yeah, no, it's got a lot of potential.
One camera would be fine. We need to get boom mics or we got to get those arms because you can attach it right here.
Yeah.
And that'd be perfect for here. And we could just build.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to do more because I store my work stuff right there when we're not in my truck, when it's not in my pickup.
Yeah, so we'll have to figure something else
We're gonna
out.
have to figure. we got work to do. My kids were camping out here. So.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. You're talking about not having enough room in this garage, but you got a fully set up tent out here. So
There's 2 fully set up tents.
I wonder what's taking up so much space,
dude. Well, you gotta have we'll rotate some shit.
No, I'm just giving you shit. I actually really love it. There's something.
We're gonna make it happen. We'll make it happen.
It's a vibe in here, dog.
I think if we could, because we need a wall behind us. I think the wall would be better than garage doors.
I think the flag should be behind us.
No, the flag will definitely go behind us.
And
you see that fucking sign? That was my brand I was gonna come out with in fucking high school.
I think what we need to do is we'll get should get 2 banners, one with the udder on it,
one with the udder,
one with the smiley logo on it.
Yeah, let's get some banners going
and hang those up.
Yeah,
this is off the podcast talk, but anyway.
Yeah, no.
How you feeling, bartender? What? There's something else we were going to talk about. Bartenders, and what else was it?
Oh,
we already talked about the bartenders.
We talked about the bartenders. I can't remember. It was small town something.
Small town something. Well, small town bartenders and who knows?
It doesn't matter. I think we spoke our feelings. Is what really happened.
A lot.
Yeah, which is fine. Which is fine. It needed to happen.
And all these beautiful people are listening. They're so beautiful.
We're grateful for beautiful people. We're grateful for beautiful people. I mean, you know, we're just trying to resonate.
What kind of
we're in a
frequency?
fucking garage on a floral couch, dude.
Yeah.
They don't make like
this came from an estate sale.
No, it didn't. No, the fuck it didn't. This is what kills me about people. Is like this couch. If I sold this, I could probably sell this couch to like some like, oh, that's a retro font, and be like $400, $400,
Probably.
dude. They don't make nothing like this anymore.
Why would they?
That chair's older than me. The chair you're in's older than me, and it's. It
feels appropriate. It feels right.
It's blowing out. I've sat in it for years. It's blown out, but
well, that's fine.
It's still comfortable.
It could be worked over.
But you saw I replaced. I got new old chairs. I got new old. Dude, I got
great. Fix this. It's not too hard.
Well, it needs. I need to put a board at the bottom.
And need to grease that up too. I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but it's got.
Dude, it's got broken springs. It's fucked.
Here's exactly what it is, and I learned it. I have a rocking chair that 6 generations of my family have all been rocked to sleep in.
Yeah, that's cute.
It has got a very distinctive squeak that puts children right to sleep.
That might need to be lit, and it could be almost gone. Did you get a scuba? But yeah, no, chairs are very important.
The rocking chair, that one has such a it's you hit it with a rhythm, and it will put an infant to sleep in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like this, like an old chair. They all have. It's kind of like their voice.
Yeah,
a distinctive squeak. You're not going to replicate that squeak.
Yeah, you can't.
Anyway, chairs.
No, I understand. A lot of chairs. Yeah, there's a lot of love in chairs. Well, some people think that things have feelings, like inanimate objects have feelings. I kind of do. I would have to agree to that.
I think stuff definitely like has it gets stuff attached to it. I think inanimate
like real feeling.
It gets stuff attached because you can tell like a piano that sat and didn't get played by anybody, and then that's getting sold. Yeah, you can tell that versus a piano that was played all the time by somebody in their house.
Yeah,
like you can feel that difference.
There's a warmth.
Yeah, there's something to it.
Well, the world isn't warm anymore.
I don't know, man. I've been watching Star Trek, so I'm super optimistic.
Yeah, because you got like a good view on it. I was listening. It's the door. It's just blowing in the wind.
I was gonna say we got visitors.
No, I got to replace the door. It doesn't latch no more. And the door is probably older than me. But no, like if you shut the lights off and showed everything like in terms of like electrons and protons and like the electricity atomically,
okay,
at an atomic level,
okay,
you couldn't tell the difference between you and me in like this couch or that table, because like we're all just part of this frequency of electricity and tons. Make sense?
Okay.
So that's where like a lot of people talk about how things use like plastic, polyester, all this shit's bad because like we used to use things that were materially from the earth. And I'm not saying that oil's not from the earth in a way, but I don't think we're supposed to use it like that.
Yeah, it's heavily processed.
Yeah. So like that's why like like real wood or like an old good quilt, you know, like that's why they feel the way they feel is because like they were made with, first of all, way different materials than what we're given access to today. And then like, yeah, I mean like, okay, like I don't even know this table. This is a free table. And like, you're just like, hey, you know, here's a table. Like things are just comfortable. And like, there's just something about it. You gotta, that's why people like log cabins. That's why, ooh, you want to go relax in the woods. You want a log cabin. You want a wood dock. Nobody wants a vinyl fucking dock.
That roll top desk is really drawn, man.
Dude, she hauled that fucker in here and I was like, I don't need that. And she's like, you might. And I was like, why do I want this? It's heavy as fuck.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're good desks, man.
Yeah, I'll have to. We'll
I've always liked the idea of just like I've worked in some sound booths where it's essentially like set up like that, like it's chopped. It's like the top of that chopped off.
Yeah.
And you have the soundboard all set up, and you just shut that and lock it.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to haul shit in there all the time. And also my grandma had a big roll top desk when I was little, and I've always dug them. Hers has got some really cool shit, like like a drawer to pull out.
Yeah.
For like writing stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Like other locked drawers on the inside.
See, they don't make shit. They don't make anything like everything's.
I love that desk. That desk is so cool.
Well, that would not be considered feng shui, though, would it?
I mean, I think I don't. What do you want about feng shui?
Well, I understand.
I mean, here's how I feel about feng shui. It doesn't matter like what the stuff is necessarily so much as like how it's arranged. Like if some things just don't belong in some rooms, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I don't know this. And I don't mean it like that. I'm sure I get what you mean because like the Japanese actually have this really old art, and their shit's actually beautiful.
It is beautiful in its own way, but I mean like this could be absolutely beautiful.
That's a real salt lamp if you want to lick it.
I saw it earlier. I don't know if I want to lick it, but
I've licked it like too much. That's my. I've licked that.
Now I don't want to lick it.
Yeah, don't lick
sure.
my lamp. That's
I'm not licking the
if I'm ever real drunk and it's by the bedside, I'll give that a good lick, get my electrolytes back up, dude.
Because of you, I put it the other night at dinner. So we went to this place that they had a buffet that night, which they don't normally do.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we realized we put it all together, like fucking the detectives that me and Dad are.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's prom night, so actually they probably had a lot of like high school help that like wasn't going to be working tonight. So I'm sure a buffet is easier than trying to fill out individual orders. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad, but anyway,
it wasn't bad.
So it was all prepackaged silverware, and inside they had the paper salt and pepper packets.
Yeah.
And I pocketed the salt just because of you.
Dude.
I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea to have a salt packet on you.
I carry a fucking salt container.
I've seen it. I've tasted it.
That's Himalayan pink, baby.
No.
I got Utah salt inside.
Yeah.
You're supposed to use salt from your
the Salt
continent.
Lake or what?
Yeah, from the Salt Lake deposits, yeah. Yeah, duh, dude. What do you like?
I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know if you went and bought some Morton's just
salt.
in
No. Salt is a very, 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 very important element. Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, duh.
Yeah,
there was wars over it.
Yeah, whole big wars over it.
So, and like we look at salt all wrong. We don't have a good visualization. Like,
it's a seasoning now. It's not critical to survival.
It is critical. It still is critical.
Well, I mean, it is, but not. It's not thought of.
When people talk about
what is going on? I don't know what that was.
Just leave it in there.
I didn't do anything.
I know.
Nothing happened.
That's
We have.
We got to upgrade.
Oh my God, what's happening? All right, we're gonna take a quick pause.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh my
How do I
God.
fucking do this. Oh my God.
It's so
Barring any more technical difficulties.
yeah, guys.
We need to upgrade this soundboard
Yeah.
immediately.
Have you found anything out about this information, this soundboard stuff?
I mean, I've done some more reading. It's going to take money. I mean, is what it is. Is where we're sitting at.
Okay, let me know.
I mean,
We'll talk off
yeah,
more.
a few hundred probably for something that we're trying to do, at least.
Okay.
The biggest issue is finding something that we can also run through the computer. Because, like, that one that Clem has is a good soundboard, and he can run it right into the computer, too. I think that's, like, 4 or 5, like... Which is an investment, but his is like huge. Like that's I'm thinking about where we lug these things around.
Yeah.
You know, that's another issue that we're running into.
Hauling it.
Like it's finding exactly what we're trying to use is proving difficult. I'm either finding stuff that has like 15 inputs.
Yeah, too much.
Or like
Or it's not enough.
Or it's less than the inputs we have now.
So yeah. Fuck,
so like
dude.
It just takes hunting and looking and keeping eyes on it, because a lot of it's also price. Like a lot of the ones that I found that are exactly what we want are like $1,200. Like, and I can't do that. I shouldn't. I could, but I shouldn't. Is where I'm sitting. I could, but I shouldn't. I need to be.
I can help. We'll look at stuff. We'll talk about this off the air, off the record.
Yeah, we could manage that, and I think like even if we did just get our hands on like an old iPhone or whatever used phone has the best camera.
Well, I'll look. I'll look at
yeah,
cameras too.
Yeah, because I mean, phones are just as good. I mean,
I know, but
you can get I'll show you. There's
we could spend a few hundred on a camera too.
Well, I mean, we could do that too. I mean, there's a few camera apps that are super handy that you can like monitor it like on the computer while it's going.
Yeah.
So that way you don't like record a bunch of video footage that just absolutely sucks. Like I did with Zach. I tried doing video that night and the angle got all off and it didn't look good, so I didn't even use it.
Damn it. Damn it.
I mean, it was good to try, I guess. Should do more, but it's fine. We can talk about that later.
Trying's always important.
Trying is always important, and that's why you should always come down.
Twister always tells.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Down to Dublin or Pub at
Dubliner Pub.
Monday.
Be there at 7:30. Show starts at 8.
And
bring your heat.
Yep, bring your heat.
Bring your heat. Bring your guns.
Not literally.
Maybe
Please.
not. Or do. Or don't. It's a free country. Don't do. You know what? No long guns.
Yeah. I'm fine with it, but I think
knives only. Knives only. I lied. Knives and wrenches only. You know what? Nothing. Don't bring a knife. Don't bring a gun. Don't even wear a fucking jewelry chain.
I can't wait till we get sponsors and we actually have to like.
No one's gonna sponsor this.
They will.
No, they won't.
Sure.
Gatorade.
We'll get somebody.
So
probably not Gatorade, but we'll get.
I want K Rose Cattle Company.
Dude, even if like a restaurant in Omaha sponsored us and all they did was give us a meal to
meal? I'm shouting meal.
I'll shout the fuck out of a good meal.
Oh. There's a lot of good restaurants in Omaha.
Lots of good restaurants. A decent amount of good food trucks too, which actually surprises me. But
you hear that bear outside?
Is it a whole bear?
Could you imagine?
That would be.
We don't go outside. We're in here, and everybody's like, "You see the bear?
You see the bear outside?" I didn't see it, but I heard it.
Oh
Could you imagine if a bear came in here, laid down, and we thought it was the dog because we weren't paying any attention?
Oh, fuck, dude. My buddy who has all those dogs in Montana, he sent me a video. He's like yelling at like a year-old grizzly. He's like, "Get the fuck out." I'm like, he didn't have a gun. He's like, "You just yell at him." I'm like, "What?" And
until they don't.
Everybody who lives in bear country will tell you like bear spray is way more effective than a gun. Like a gun is last chance. Like if you're, yeah.
I don't know. The idea of being in predator's territory worries me.
I was hiking. I was there, and he was working, like, because I showed up during the week, you know? So he was working for a few days, and I was just, like, out walking these trails. And I was deep. I was, like, by, like, waterfalls and shit in, like, the middle of Montana. And I'm, like, I just thought I, like, looked around, and I heard nothing. And I was, like, I don't have a gun. I don't have bear spray. I don't have a fucking whistle. Like I got a chance. I was like, so I just started like scaredly walking away.
Walking back.
Yeah, I started smoking cigarettes. It's like a lot to try to display my scent and just keep rolling, dude. Oh yeah, because I mean
Yeah,
it was summertime. That'd have been fine, but
I have,
it's nothing I need to
it
run
is-
into.
It is one of my greatest fears is to unintentionally run into predator territory.
You live in predator territory. You're fine. You got big cats all around you.
Well, yeah, I don't worry about those though.
You don't worry about big cats. I worry more about big cats than I do bears.
I don't hear.
You don't hear?
I don't hear. I would.
That's because
I
we
would
haven't.
in a- I would
Oh,
in a
we
different
will.
place,
We're
but, like,
gonna. These fucking stupid fucks with their stupid little fucking cougar mountain lion fucking. Ooh, their license plates. As soon as one of their kids gets snatched off the fucking trail, they'll worry. Then they'll agree.
They're super cool creatures, but this land seems too flat for them.
It's not. They should be here, but they
No,
right
we
the
just-
way we do it, they can't. Because guess what? Big cats don't eat corn, bub.
No, they don't. They don't. They eat the cows. They take off calves. They take off pets.
There's bobcats all the fuck over. I see. No, there's so many
What
bobcats.
do bobcats generally eat? What do they get into?
Little birds,
Little
ducks,
birds, little fishies.
squirrels,
Do they
probably.
do fishes? Do
I
they get
bet.
after
I mean,
fish?
if one's good at it, I'm sure. If it's like,
I don't know enough about bobcats. I've only seen maybe two out in the
there's
wild.
actually
ever.
a lot. There's actually
Have
quite
they
a
made
few.
a comeback? I was most of the time that I was outdoors and was like
You-
10 years ago.
You can't
like
shoot
that.
cats. You got to trap them. They're
Yeah,
like,
no, I know about that.
well,
But,
they're like
even,
beavers.
even just out like seeing it, like I don't think I've only maybe seen one or two
They're-
in IRL out in the woods.
Yeah. Well, that's a scary creature in itself, and that's just a little
Spooky.
kitty.
It is just a little kitty. Badgers are terrifying.
Yeah, don't fuck with a badger.
No, never fuck with a badger. I've seen a badger get run over 4 times and it was still trying to eat the car.
Yeah.
So
When you're out bird hunting, you don't even fuck around. If it's a coon, if it's a badger, just waylay it. Because if the dog's got a badger, fucking scent it out, and then they gotta, just waylay it. Just pop it. You can't. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. Don't. Just shoot it. I think more things need to be shot. I don't know. People.
there's a balance to the world. I think there's balance.
There should be. I think there could be. I don't know. Like, here's what kills me is all the res land they lease out to farmers. They like. In my opinion, I think that like if they figured out how to like free range buffalo on their res land and like have horses on their land and like live the way they should, and like people like I think that would be more influential among the tribes to like maybe even if they've started like meat producing cattle or something, but like leasing out their land to get fucking raped by Monsanto just doesn't seem like the right way to go.
No. God, I was real close to a buffalo once.
I don't like buffalo. You don't
It
need to be
was-
by buffalo. What were you doing by buffalo?
I was on a tractor.
Was it a farm buffalo?
It was out south of Bassett.
It was a farm buffalo?
Yeah. We were. I mean, I was haying the field next to where they were.
Yeah.
And so I like stopped, and the
I
tractor
might have-
was up along the
They
fence.
just have
and I
that
was
one
sitting,
buffalo?
No. It was a herd.
Oh.
And
I got a video of a buffalo shitting out on the ranch.
And I mean, I stayed on the tractor. I wasn't stupid. I mean, I stayed up on the tractor, but it was just one little hot wire running around there keeping them in.
Yeah.
And I was like,
They're big.
nuts.
They're a cow. They're a big cattle.
They're wild.
They're bovine.
Cattle. They're wild.
They're
cattle.
bovine.
They're crazy.
Dude,
But
they'll
they
tear-
were
they'll
beautiful.
tear the
Like,
fuck
seeing-
out of
seeing
a
it up
cattle
close,
trailer.
I was like, I could not imagine a herd of 1,000 of these things running, just running free.
There used to
like,
be
that would've been
millions.
beautiful. But,
from
they would-
Mexico to Canada.
I really say the way it reads, the old Midwest was basically the ocean on land.
No, this was Africa, pre-Africa. Everything that is alive in Africa was alive here first and migrated to there. You know that, right?
Yeah.
The
then
saber-toothed
all that-
tiger
and all
became
that,
the
yeah.
lion. The first horse became the zebra. Woolly mammoths became elephants. Those big camel things with the long necks became giraffes. Like, all of this shit started here. It was the fucking canoe, the big blow up in Wyoming. What's the mountain called? You know the one I'm talking about?
Yellowstone?
Yeah, the fucking
Yeah.
the volcano, dude.
Yeah, the big super volcano.
Yeah, the fucking volcano. You get a bad volcano and it fucks everything. Like,
They're saying it's been the
Oh, it's
animals
anytime.
up there have been acting up lately.
Oh, in Yellowstone?
Yeah.
It's because they're getting fed Doritos. Don't worry.
Okay, like, because I was like, no, that's
No,
not
dude,
a good sign.
dude.
Like, somebody said something about, like, oh, but we'll just be covered in
You know
ash.
that
And I was
song?
like, no, I don't think we will just be covered in ash. I think we will die.
We'll die. We're going to be...
Here, we'll die.
We live right by the ash deposit.
Yeah.
Where all the animals, like...
Where they died last time.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? You got... Yeah, you could stay over here. Oh,
puppies.
Puppy. Lay down. But yeah.
That's a trigger, right?
That's trigger.
Okay. When I was sitting out here, I was like talking to Dwar on the phone, and he came up to me and he was whining so much. She goes, "That is not a dog. She goes, there has to be a rooster there." Like and I was like, "No, I'm serious." Like I stopped petting him and he starts whining like that. And
Oh, spoiled, rotten.
Yeah. And she's like, "No way." And I was like, "See, watch." And then I would stop.
You little pussy. You
Yeah,
little pussy.
And I fucking gave in.
He's a good dog. They're good dogs.
They're good dogs. They're good boys.
I don't know. I like a good dog. I don't like a bad dog. That one, that's hers. He ain't mine. I would have taught him more.
He seems.
He's a good dog. He's just
not
needs
as not as full of tricks.
Yeah, but I didn't get to raise him. I tried to take him bird hunting one time. Those are cigarettes. I tried to take him bird hunting one time, and you want to talk about a big lost idiot.
You don't like that dude deodorant I got on either, do you?
It was just the lighter. He's just whiffing you. Yeah, I don't know. They're okay. I don't know. I think people should have dogs. I think families. I believe in families.
I wish I did.
And people having dogs. Are you hitting the thing?
No, it was on my lap.
No, stay off of here. This is my couch. Go lay down. Get out of here. Good dogs. But yeah, no, I don't know. I believe in people having like
good dogs.
What the fuck?
I wish.
Remember when people used to go fishing? Like you would go fishing.
I never got fishing. I never got fishing just for fun.
Get out of
there. That was never fun for me. I was always like, well, we should eat these.
You got to eat the fish.
If you're fishing to eat, I get that. I don't understand catch and release.
Go wallet.
I don't get any enjoyment out of that.
You want to make people mad? Show up in Montana with a just a regular rod and reel, and fucking hook up a bobber and try to catch a trout and then cook it in front of all those fucking people.
In front of those fly fishers?
You want to see people get fucking mad?
Why do they get mad about that?
Because I don't know. It's not.
I don't get
dude.
It. Like that's what you're supposed. Like as long as you're doing it responsibly and not overfishing it to the point where they can't come back. Then there's like, what's the big fucking deal? Isn't that what fish are for? Like, isn't that what? I mean,
I think I got these on backwards.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter one bit. No, that is what fish are for. And like, it's so stupid that. Okay, now you got to get there.
Oh yeah, now I got to give you some.
It's just so stupid. Yeah, they freak the fuck out. They will have a fucking hissy fit if you catch a fish with a regular fishing pole and like eat it.
Why? I don't understand that.
Because that's not part of their process.
Their process is spending 47
hours.
Well,
their fucking waiters are $1,200 fucking dollars. I'll show up in duck hunting waiters and throw a fucking I'll use an ugly stick and like catch a fucking trout.
Who gives a shit? I'd use a stick with a.
Oh my god, they get so mad.
You can use a stick with a string tied to it. I mean,
it's a culture thing. I don't know. It's just like you go to these like I don't know. It's anything. It's like a good golf course or a shooting event or any of this shit. Did you see that fucking guy? He built that fucking golf course in the Sandhills, and it's like was listed as one of the nicest golf courses in the world. Will you guys go lay down?
I delivered beer there.
Did you?
I've been there.
Yeah.
I got a connection where I could have. I should have went out and played.
Trigger. Go lay down.
It costs like $90 just to get onto that course.
Yeah.
Like and I mean Tiger Woods plays there. Harrison Ford plays
really?
there. Like yeah. Oh yeah. Like it is actually a very big deal.
Yeah. I've been told.
There's 2 full 9-hole courses and then a short 3-hole par 9 course or whatever it is.
Okay.
And I mean, there's the clubhouse has 2 bars in it. I believe. It is a wild place. I mean,
it's beautiful. I saw the aerials.
Beautiful.
It looked beautiful. It looked very, very, very.
I do want to get back into golf someday.
Well, being out on the ranch, I go, dude. I've always said, could you imagine a golf course? And he fully started that in like 2022 is when it really started ripping. Apparently.
Oh no, it's. I mean, I was delivering beer to that. Unless there's a new one.
There's a new big one.
Okay, because the prestigious one that I know about is. I mean, that's been running. I was delivering beer 12 years ago there.
You like petting that dog? You look really comfortable
I
petting
probably
a dog.
need it. I probably need it in my life, if I'm being honest. I haven't had enough dogs in my life.
Oh, you need some dog. Yeah, no,
I need
you
some dog in my life, but I need a house. I need a room. I need space for it.
I know.
And that's not something I
they're
can do.
taking that away from people.
I don't want to have a dog if he's not going to have space. You know.
I feel
if
bad
they're
enough.
not
I
gonna
don't
have
get to
what they
take
want.
him out enough. Like I don't get him on enough birds. I don't do enough of it. But he gets love.
Oh yeah, you get all kinds of love.
And he's
I bet
actually
if I
really
stop-
capable.
Let's see if he'll whine if I stop.
No, he'll just do that. He'll just make you feel bad. It's just a silent guilt trip now.
He was whining.
I know.
Whining.
I didn't, dude. That's the kids fucking must have left him out.
He wasn't here. It wasn't no bother. But
No, I know, but like,
as soon as you
he's
pulled
usually
in, there was
kenneled
no
up.
more attention for me. So I'll tell you that right now.
I'm sorry. Well,
that's a
he's
loyal dog.
Well, that's my dog.
No, that's a loyal dog. That's good. You know, one on the ground's worth 3 in the saddle. No matter
where they're from. Yeah, that's right. That's right, dude. My buddy lost I think he lost both of his fucking dogs.
Oh man, the old ranch cattle dogs. I used to get way too attached to them.
Yeah.
Like over the course of just being out there for a summer.
Yeah.
I get super attached to those
Well,
dogs,
they're
and
such
I'd
good
come back.
dogs.
I'd come back the next year, and well, Tex died. This is Ace. Like,
Yep. Well,
he looks almost exactly the same. It's crazy, but oh, dude, Tex and Ace both, they were fantastic. I would stand out in the front yard,
yeah.
and hit golf
They
balls,
go get him.
and they would go get them and
Yeah.
bring them back to me.
Yeah, they
I was
would.
like, this is great.
He'll fucking go get anything. He can catch frisbees out of the air. He'll like, "Arr." He does that, but he also his mom was one of those like she was an okay like retriever for hunting ducks, but she was kick ass. You ever see those dogs that like leap off the dock and go jump far?
Mhm.
She had fucking hops like a motherfucker. But his dad was actually a really, really like well behaved, like stayed really calm, and just operated when you shot ducks.
I've never bird hunted
Don't
with
get out of
dogs
there.
before.
You what?
I've never bird hunted with dogs before.
We'll have to go duck hunting.
All my bird hunting has always been upland.
You have to see a duck dog. I love watching a good duck dog. I love watching a good upland dog. But like I said, my buddy raises upland dogs, so like I pay attention to dogs. Like you'll hang out with me, you're gonna get deep into dogs. You're gonna learn your dogs. You're gonna fucking see some dogs happen.
I need to do some more hunting.
We're gonna do some hunting.
Hopefully by
It's turkey season right now.
I know. I can't focus on that right now though, unfortunately.
Honestly,
I
I'm
have
not gonna lie
stay.
to you. Doing this comedy thing has really put a kibosh on hunting.
Yeah, it's
Because
really
like
changed
it's
a lot
either
of it.
I work and do this or I work and hunt. And like right now, but like I do hunt when I can. But if I could mix the two of them, that's where I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna stick to just bow hunting for deer season for now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I won't be out there the whole week. Or
I want to go
anything,
shoot an
but-
elk. Maybe
I do too, but I feel I need to work my way up to that. I've never killed a deer.
I've never shot a deer.
I've never shot a deer.
I will honestly
I've-
probably kill a fucking elk before I kill a
I've
deer.
only killed a handful of birds. I mean, I just didn't go that much.
I just
couple
shot a lot of birds.
but
You probably went pheasant hunting a lot, or mostly.
not a lot. But I mean, pheasant, and then we got some doves one time.
Oh, dove hunting's fun.
We would go up to it's near Monowai, Verdell.
Verdell. Yeah. Yeah, there's doves up there.
Do a little dove hunt. That was the first time I ever saw a fox in the wild. It
Was up there?
Crazy.
Yeah. That's a pretty dude. When it
It's
snows
it's
up
a good
there,
spot.
you get a little
It's cool.
snow on that ground up there. It's so fucking pretty.
It's good, but we had a lot of. That's where I did most of the hunting that I did, which wasn't a lot. But yeah, it was cool. It's hard to get into hunting when your family's not into it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's a very
it's hard to figure out.
my dad.
how
Luckily,
exactly.
like my dad hunted a little bit. Like would walk a pheasant field or something, and kind of always had like a pheasant gun or a bird
Mhm.
gun, but like didn't really get into it. And then we started, like, we went waterfowl hunting one time, and like it was just cool to like hang out and do it. And then a guy came over. He was dating one of my mom's friends, who like didn't have anybody. She had just like moved to town, so she came over for Thanksgiving, and then like he came over and was like, "Oh, well, we'll go duck hunting sometime." And then like the next year, they ran into each other at the bar the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They came home at like 2 a.m. and they're like, my dad's like, you need to get ready to go. And we went hunting, and like we had shot. I would take one if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And like I had shot like a couple ducks, but by the like he took us hunting, and like that was the first time I'd ever seen like. We only shot 3, but it was a flock of like 200 fucking mallards dropped in on us. Just absolutely beautiful, and I like we both got a boner and got hooked. Just got fucking hooked on it, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing like fucking shooting a fucking greenhead drake when it's 28 degrees and it's got big fluffy snowflakes. Like there's nothing for you. I will smoke cigarettes and shoot birds all fucking day. I don't give a fuck.
You know what's wild is somebody kept telling me when I first started trying to get into it, oh, you can't smoke out there. Like, if you smoke, the deer will smell it and they won't come. And every time I've gone hunting, I won't see a deer for hours, and I'll say, fuck it, and light up a cigarette, and then immediately we'll see a deer. That's what happens every time.
That's what, yeah.
And I don't, so, like, just based on, like, even, like, it's so hard to find accurate information.
I hate to be this guy.
People, but
I try to. So as you know, being where we're from, especially like tobacco is a sacred crop, and you're supposed to use it in like scenarios like how we are here. Like it's got to be, like, it's got to be. You're not just supposed to smoke. It's supposed to be during like fraternal times or like. I will like say a prayer and like bless the hole. Like if I got a duck hole, like a water hole, like if I swear to God, when the sun's coming up right before shooting light. You better believe I light up a ceremonial cigarette and then ask the creator for a good day. And the days that I don't, guess what? And I forget to do it, usually don't end up well. And it, but the days that I do, fucking shoot some ducks, dude. It's a fucking hoot. Like, it's a fucking hoot. Like, there's nothing like letting a cigarette drop out of your mouth and raising your gun and doing bah, bah, bah. And maybe you only shoot 2 out of your 3, but fuck, dude, shoot some ducks. Ducks are hard to hit.
Yeah, I'd like to take my shot at it. I think I'd do okay.
Well, let's do it. We'll go in the fall.
I'm a decent shot.
You got a shotgun?
I mean, I can try and get one. But
well, I'll get you set up. We'll get you set up with everything you need.
The lady don't like guns, and I keep insisting to her it ain't about liking them. That's not the point.
Okay, well, like we've already talked about this. I think she should move out there. If you really want my opinion, but
that ain't gonna happen, homie.
Okay,
I've tried. I tried even just like a short time. I was like 6 months.
So then she needs to compromise. This place is going to be armed to the teeth. Like we're going to have.
Well, I mean, my whole
shower
point,
guns,
my whole
toilet
point
guns.
Was, I was like, you two. I was like, but the girls when they hit like 12, like I want to get them a 22 and show them how a gun works, like and how to use.
Oh, you can get a kid a gun before they're 3.
12 is what's going to get by her.
With her?
I mean, that's where
I know
that's far enough in the future that
I say but you give a kid a board and nails, he's eventually he's either going to be destructive or a carpenter.
I mean, that's all I got when I was a child was a
board and nails, dude. You got some rusty nails and an old hammer, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, man, dude. I had Grandma showed them to me one time. She kept a bunch of them, and I had 2x4s that had hundreds of nails in it.
Just nails.
There was more nail than wood.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, give a kid a hammer.
I do okay with a hammer now. I mean, it takes me a few swings to get.
If I got a hammer, but I tarp for insurance companies. If I got a hammer and nail in my fucking hands, I'm making some dough.
Have we done this before?
What?
Do you have this tendon here? That pops out when you. Okay, look at the tendon on your arm. Some people don't have that tendon.
Where?
Do you see where it pops up when you cross it over? Here.
Point to it. And yours. Right here.
Do you have 2 tendons here, or do you only have 1?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not a fucking anatomist.
You see how there's 2 different ones here?
Sure.
You might have more weight on yours, so you might have to actually feel it. But you see how there's 2 tendons there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got that. It's split.
Okay. You've got that? Okay. So what that is actual evolution happening in humans because some people don't have that.
Oh.
Check your lady. Start checking people. Like I'm serious. And what that is this is actually the older gene. This is the from ancestors swinging vine to vine and grabbing shit. And people that have that generally are more apt or more able to pick up stuff like swinging a hammer or turning a wrench or something that uses that muscle.
Oh,
like,
dude, I'm from fucking truckers, plumbers, welders, and
yeah, man. So like, that's a genuine, real. That is genuine,
come lay down.
True,
Lay down.
human evolution.
Lay down.
Happening, right in front of our very eyes. That's one.
People are
that's
losing
one-
that.
Yeah, people are losing that.
People are obviously because I did not try to get a dog, you fucking pile.
Well,
Huh.
I don't think that's all bad, but like, you need that. I mean,
Oh no, it's definitely bad. Like
the world's just changing.
No,
I
it's
mean,
it's getting for the worse. Everything is just garbage. Everything's so slapstick, so cheap. Nothing, even like shit that's expensive is cheap and shit. And
yeah, that I can agree with. I don't know.
it's all amenity.
I have, as I've gotten older now, I've taken more of a stance of like, I don't think you really can tell if something's absolutely for sure going to be shitty until it's over a lot of times. Because, there's a lot of things throughout history that at those points in time, they thought that was good. They thought that's what was cracking. They thought that's what was solid and going to be forever. And it wasn't. And
like what?
all kinds of shit, man.
Like horses?
You want me to name? I mean, horses, yeah, for sure. People thought automobiles would never take off.
And I wish they did it.
Henry Ford's Jew crushing machine.
It's a Jew crusher. We could use this to drive us around and like go places right now.
I mean, I guess you could, but that's not really.
It's not really what it's for. Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, but as I found all that stuff out about him, I don't know.
Yeah, but fuck, he built hell of an automobile.
He did. He built a hell of an automobile, but
and he would be pissed off at the legacy that's left now.
he would not be happy with that. But he definitely wouldn't be happy with all the Jews in his accounting department. I can tell you that.
You think?
You don't know about Henry Ford?
I know about Henry Ford. I was just being a joker.
Oh yeah, he's.
You want to hit a cigarette, puppy?
It's no joke. It's no joke how much the Henry Ford hated the other brethren.
The other brother. Yeah. It's a different time, dude. I don't know what to like. Here, but okay.
No, I you can't judge. I do not believe that you can judge the past by today's moral standards.
Absolutely not. And like, I will say this. Okay,
judgment.
so like,
you can say that it's shitty, but like, you can't morally like.
I will say this though. Throughout most of human history, innovation has been a pretty huge part. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
I don't think that our innovation has come that far along in the last 100 years. It just really hasn't. Have things gotten better and easier? Sure, but have we gotten more efficient? Has it gotten has it gotten in a way where it's more accessible to the world? Has it gotten in a way to where it's more affordable? No, absolutely not. Here's like, okay, so if you like when you know how old people yell at you because like now everybody has 4 TVs in their house, right? And they're like, well, if you would quit spending monies on TVs, you could afford a fucking vehicle payment. Yeah, but these TVs cost $150. I buy one TV a year, and I have 4 of them, over an accumulation of 5 years. A fucking vehicle payment $700 a month. What are you talking about? That's a whole completely different thing. So, like, the average cost of the TV is still $700, and that's absolutely. I know he's just a lover dog.
That's fine.
And he, and like,
making me feel better. He must know the deep sadness in me.
He's probably seen me at some really low points. So yeah, he's a good dog.
I'm right next door, brother.
Yeah. He's seen me on the floor crying like a little girl. So yeah, he'll do all right.
He's buttering up to me like this. I might be on the floor crying like a girl.
He'll let you snuggle him. He's a cuddler. He's been, I don't know. That's my first dog. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good dog.
If I'm gonna get a dog, I'm gonna have to get one soon because I don't want to outlive a dog.
Oh Jesus, you got plenty of time. You're gonna have 3 dogs. Don't worry. You just need to start eating healthy and exercising. You can still smoke. Literally, like the doctor, like that's been like a proven fact. Like if you exercise, so like if you smoke and eat shitty and don't exercise, that's like if you had like a scale of 5. You're like 3 of the 5. Like you're in the orange, right? You're at threat level orange. Yeah. If you exercise and eat shitty and smoke, now you're at threat level yellow. If you eat healthy, exercise, still smoke and drink a little bit, you're like, you always stay in the green, because like if you're actually hitting like what your body needs as far as like minerals and vitamins and shit like that go, like macronutrients and some of your micros, and then you actually like flush your system, and once you start exercising, you're going to drink more water. Like that's just the fact of it. You'll start to take in more water. So like there's literally, that's like the whole thing. That dude fucking ran a marathon and like won smoking the whole time. That Chinese guy, he did it to like prove a point. And like,
he's adapted to it. His air is just like that.
Like, they're like exercising and eating right actually have like counter effects to negatively affecting your body too. So like if like you're eating Taco Bell 8 nights a week and drinking 6 of those, you're gonna get fucked up if you don't exercise or nothing. Like Hulk Hogan, that's one of the reasons why he says he stays alive and all those other guys didn't. He was still doing all the drugs. He was still doing everything. He goes, I just made sure I exercised. Like, you got to do.
What about Ric Flair? He seems to be falling apart, and he's partying like an animal. I don't think he exercises as much anymore.
No, but I don't think he's as mentally cognitively there as. What you got, Buzz?
No,
yeah. You got to do the Ric Flair, but I don't think he's as there as Hulk Hogan is either.
Why does Ric Flair reminds me of Joe Biden so hard now?
Yeah,
that makes me sad.
Yeah, because that's where he's at.
Nature boy.
Woo! Yeah, well, that's where he's at. He didn't do what Hulk Hogan did.
Jet flying, limousine riding.
What
diamond
else?
Ring wearing,
diamond ring wearing.
Kiss stealing. Woo! Son of a gun.
Woo!
And I am having a hard time holding these alligators down. Talking about his boots. Kicking people's asses.
Nobody wears alligator skin boots no more. Mexicans do.
Good for them. I'd wear alligator skin boots.
I like alligator skin.
Like once. I mean,
like once. You got to wear those a couple times.
I don't think they're my style.
You would not. I don't do good at either. I do find it.
I don't think cowboy boots are my style. It's not authentic.
I
wear them.
There's different. You got it. Boots are like shoes. You got to find the cut that fits for you.
No, I mean they fit for me, but they don't fit my personality.
Oh, you could, but that's because you're wearing tie. If you got a right shirt, you'd be fine. We could do it. We could cowboy you out.
I'll never look good in a cowboy hat. That's the issue.
Maybe you need a buckaroo hat. You probably need a buckaroo hat instead of a cowboy hat. You probably need to go. You like Western. It's not about just there's so many options.
I've always wanted a Stetson. A real good Stetson.
I got a Stetson
leather hat. Ooh, I'd really.
You want a leather hat?
I want like an Indiana Jones hat. That's what I really want.
Oh, that's more of a leather safari hat. Yeah.
Yeah, but get one from Stetson.
Hound dog. If you want, just push him away.
You got to sit down or chill out or
Trigger.
something, brother.
Go lay down. No, get.
Yeah, I know. I spoiled the shit out of you.
Good boy. Go.
That's because I get to leave.
Go, cowboy.
I don't have to deal with the spoiled child after I leave.
No, he's a good dog. He'll be fine. He's just probably hungry.
No, he is a good boy. Good boy.
No. No. God damn it.
You can't do it, can you?
Stay. You stay. No. Stay. You just got to tell him. That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
No. This isn't fucking. Let's make a deal. Yeah. There you go. No.
Oh, don't look me in the eyes.
Yeah, he's got those different colored ones too.
Oh, that didn't bother me. They just
no, that doesn't.
They'll see my softness.
They're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Go lay down. God damn. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, dogs are something else, huh?
Yeah, they're good things. I think you know when America started failing is the French Bulldog is the top dog in America now.
That's sad.
And it's been increasing over the last 13 years as one of the most popular breeds. And yeah, you're gonna get this mouth-breathing, incapable fucking dog that costs too much money. And this is like the Labrador Retriever was America's top dog for years. The Labrador is a good companion. It's a loving family dog. It's a good herding guard dog. It maybe it's not violent, but it'll at least alert you. It's a great hunting dog. It's capable of multi fucking facets. And then you got this mouth breathing fucking sinus infection of a fucking shitty little kicking dog, and it's not even like a bulldog that's effective. This is it. This is the descendant of society right here. We're seeing it.
We've ruined that dog breed.
Well, and then everybody has to let their fucking dog go into places. I was talking to some guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was training my dog, and I had him in a black vest walking around Baker's." And I'm like, "Why do you need to take your fucking dog to the grocery?" "That's how I'm teaching him how to socialize." Fuck you.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do. I when I go to a kid's soccer game at the Y and somebody's got a dog there, I'm like, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" If you're gonna get a dog,
saw that when we were kids.
What?
No,
because people they treated their dogs like dogs, or they let them do something different, or like my dog is purposeful and knows how to like if we hook up a boat to that trailer and we start loading up guns and stuff, he knows that like he's gonna lock into a different thing. If we load up fishing gear, he knows we're still going on. Like he's not stupid. Like he just knows like, oh, or we're just gonna go for a walk, or like, you know, whatever. Like he gets the different fucking things. And like I don't know, dude. People and their fucking dogs are you. What do you need your dog at a fucking restaurant for? I don't need your open ass fucking animal at this fucking restaurant.
Yeah, I do not like that. I don't
even at the like walking around the grocery store or Walmart, or like even going into Cabela's, and people got their stupid little. First of all, if you're a real fucking uplander, you're going to treat your dog kind of like shit, and you're going to have more than one. And like, no, you're not going to walk around with your Brittany Spaniel and its fucking booty paws and a orange vest in fucking fuck you. Fuck you. I'm out on it. I am out on it.
I tolerate people bringing their like dogs into bars, but it's when they let them run for like they don't.
I'd honestly love like a good Sheltie or something that has like if a dog's got a bandana on and sits at a bar chair for a long period of time, that's a fine dog.
That's
with me.
One thing. I'm talking about dogs just running around the bar willy nilly.
Yeah, fuck you. You know what are you doing?
I had to get on one of the comics one night because I was like, I can't be having you let this dog run around.
I know who you're talking about.
I was like, you either got to hang on to that leash or like you can't bring him in.
Control your fucking dog. Number one.
We can't be having this guy running around here. Like, at the very least, outside of everything else, he can just run on the stage and fuck up the mic stand. Like, and I know you ain't got the fucking money to replace that shit.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started. Yeah, that dog.
I get so nervous sometimes with people going on stage. I'm like, my god, you're holding. You fuck up what you've got in your hands right now, and
you're costing me money.
Yep, it's gonna be a problem.
You're like Andrew's dad from fucking Big Mouth. You're costing me money, dude. Mm-hmm. Andrew. Oh my god. What's that little pervert doing? Yeah, dude. I got sons now. I'm worried about that. I'm worried. Sons. I got a son now. I'm worried. I don't know. You got dogs are like the same thing, but. they just jerk themselves off with their face. I'm just worried, like, I got time, but dude, I started fucking touching my wang when I was like 11 with baby lotion and doing weird things in the bathroom for too long. So you want to talk about scared?
Well,
and I know what women did to me.
Try to not expose him to that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna be really honest. I think I'm gonna be really honest with. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna try to do is be honest with him and be like, listen, you got to spurt the spurt, and that's fine. Just be polite about it. And like, I'll try to be as non-weird and helpful in that way as I can, but I think a little more guidance would have helped me, and like especially if somebody would have told me, like if they wouldn't have like, I didn't need like an STD scare. I just really needed to like be told like what, because like
what you were doing.
Oh my, not even that. Like, yeah, more than that, more than like it could make a baby. No, like be like, hey, there's like, because. You would probably agree at this point in your life, kind of like how I feel. Like, no, there's definitely like some DNA transfer thing that happens, and like there's way more than just like there's way more than just wiener and happiness. Like
it's never without cost. I mean, there's
spiritual, like almost like
yeah. I think they've proven that. I think they've proven that there's like a certain chemical bonding that happens.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, even if science wasn't behind that, I'd still believe that. You get too, and especially, I mean, my God, I mean, you got to be careful who you bond with. I mean, for more of the reason than just
energy
kids,
rub off
like,
is a huge thing.
Yeah, because like the wrong kind of hookup could just fuck your whole life up. Like it can send you down a bad hole.
And I've been in some bad holes.
Bad holes will put you in bad holes.
Without 4-wheel drive?
I don't think 6-wheel drive would have taken care of some of these holes.
Yay or nay? Yay. A C. But no. Yeah, dude. I'm going to try to make sure that, like, that's well known. I don't think there's, I mean, you know as well as I do, there's a huge influx of Christianity influence coming back. Like, people are getting crazy about that.
Well, that's because that's what's not cool now. Like, or that's what's, counter now.
Well, yeah, but, like, that's going to be beneficial. Like,
no, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's real. But, I mean, that's also, like, it's crazy that.
Hey, there's only 48 stars on that flag. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
No, I wish. There was one in the bar in Wausau, and it had, it was like, it was the naval fringe flag, or the naval, naval court flag, or the Admiralty court flag. Yeah, so it had the gold fringe on it. 48 star. Actually, I think my godfather has a 48 star flag from his dad, who was a Korea vet.
Well, technically, I don't think they would be that old, right? Because I think
almost 100 years old. 70 years old. Hawaii,
really?
Hawaii in 52 and Alaska in 49.
Yeah, I guess that would be 70 years.
Is that correct?
Now.
Alaska might have been before that. 39?
Well, I mean, that's about when I thought they were. It was about the 40 or the 50s or so. But I mean, compared to, like,
yeah, but that's
like,
70 years ago. Dude,
also,
this couch is
Oh, I mean, that couch is
60
or 70.
40 at least. No,
at least 40.
It probably made in the 70s. So it's a 50-year-old couch. I mean, so you got to think. Okay, so look at what we don't have from 50 years ago. Like, okay, think in terms of, like, vehicles. How many if you see a 70s car, that somebody's kept that, and it's got to be a classic, and, like, you don't see that. You don't see it. So, like, to find a 48 star flag and, like, to actually be able to, like, use it, like, I mean, I know that people, like, that a lot of them just got thrown out, and obviously some people who are smart enough were like, I'm putting that in my shop.
Yeah.
But, like,
it'll be a cold day in hell before I recognize Alaska.
It'll be a cold, yeah, wasn't that from The Simpsons?
I think it's before I recognize Missouri or something.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a cold day in hell before I recognize Missouri. Yeah, like, what? Missouri's a crazy place because it's like, if you go, so, like, if you we live by the north, like, well, our state borders the north part of Missouri, right?
Yeah.
So you go down in, and, like, if you follow the Missouri River, you will literally, like, find the place where it's like, there's the line, like, and they're still, like, really beautiful. Like, I hate to say it, they're very beautiful plantation. Like, they're so beautiful.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they're pretty.
Because the Missouri River, like, up here it's kind of muddy and sandy, and down there it gets rocky, and so like and stony, and it's just pretty, and, like, the way Missouri is a very beautiful state. Like, a very beautiful state. Missouri is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's such. I can't. Honestly, it's such an underrated place. But yeah, no, that's definitely where the South begins. It's definitely. Long story short, dude, that's
you know when you've crossed the Mason-Dixon.
Because there's like an old road that follows the river, and, like, I had to go down there. I used to sell roofs all over the nation. And I had a roof down there, and like, nobody was down there to go and get this information on the roof, like the measurements and shit. So I had to fucking go down there. So me and the woman, we hopped in the car, and, like, we took the long way. Mm-hmm. And, like, yeah, like the old rural way, and, like, literally, like, yeah, you see a change. You see a change, and it's very beautiful down there. Yeah. And obviously, honestly, black culture is way more prominent down there than it is even here, a state right to the north.
Yeah.
And I mean, but Missouri's a fucking fun, awesome, beautiful state, and I think it's a really underrated place. That being said, like, Jefferson City's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. And they got a kick-ass Chinese place there. Oh, I fucking, like, St. Louis. St. Louis used to be, like, the fucking golden gem of the nation. Granted, it's a little fucked off probably because of gang violence, but
I've been to St. Louis when I was a little kid. I went to the top of the arch. That was super dope.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was like, oh man, I was like maybe 5.
Dude, like
I remember it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, it's scary.
Like the thought, I was like, we are so high up. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
How
is this thing staying together?
Yeah.
Like, that was when you know
I went to the tippy top of the Sears Tower and the Space Needle.
Oh, dude, I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I can't do this bit because it just it doesn't work. But like, I have a weird paranoia. Like when I go on like one of those tall, like curved overpass type things.
Yeah.
Where it's like the outside edge of a clover leaf or like over top of like a long bridge. For some reason, there's a voice in my head that is certain that my car is going to be the one that fucks the bridge up. Like, my car, like, this is going to be it.
This
like,
is it.
This is
You're the one.
When I'm going across is when this thing is going to collapse.
I'm sorry. I understand. That's just paranoia.
Which is stupid. It is dumb. I recognize how dumb it is.
That's just
to
but
think that way.
No,
but I think it every time. Like, I just. We
watched 9/11 on TV at school. So like, you know, what we're gonna see. We're gonna see the worst in things.
There was a I don't know what you'd call it, like a meme. It was like a YouTube short video that I saw one time that was like, my eyes have seen things that used to be reserved for the eyes of war veterans. All thanks to the rectangle of inescapable or something like that.
Yeah,
of existential dread. That's what it was.
Oh my god.
The rectangle of existential dread.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, actually, I have seen things that normal people didn't used to see.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't see it unless you like went and did it, or were the person that did it, or had to do it. Yeah, it's
which is weird, because then you get like weird issues from shit you weren't even involved in.
Oh, dude, I watch like shootouts, like guys on motorcycles with like GoPros on their heads killing people in the favela. Like
within the first 10 videos I ever saw on YouTube, Saddam's hanging was one of them.
Yeah,
when you still heard like the neck snap and like before they took, like, you heard it all, and it, like, because usually if you look it up now, most of what you find, it cuts right as they do the trap door.
Yeah.
But the one I saw, he was flailing. I saw the whole thing at like 10, like 11.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah, well, then I watched Old Greg. That was like one of my next YouTube videos. Old Greg. You know about Old Greg?
No, I don't know about
Old man, we'll have to, once we get done here, remind me. I'll show you some old.
I know the Tourette's guy.
Call myself Fuzzy Little Man Peach.
No, I don't know.
You ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe?
No, I don't know Old Greg guy.
Do
you know about the lady who channels the Pleiadians?
Yeah, you've told me about
God, we're going to have to watch her too. We're going to have to watch that in Old Greg.
Old Greg it's one of the first things I ever saw on YouTube, and it definitely had a very huge impact.
Good.
On the way I think. It's from a TV show called The Mighty Boosh. You ever hear that?
No.
It's a British comedy show that was like late night British comedy, so it was wild shit. They had a pot smoking ape, like it was a pot smoking gorilla. It was just it was a dude in a gorilla costume, but like they'd all just get ripped, and he was like a jazz bassist. Like it was wacky shit.
Just a gorilla playing bass.
It was wacky shit. So what do you think? Should we wrap this up and watch some Old Greg?
Yeah, let's just check out Old Greg.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Pasteurized.
You hung in here.
Lucas and Taylor. You guys, if you're still here, congrats. You made it. Thanks for it. Yeah, we're still here. You're still here. Everybody's still here. You're the one.
And this is the end, episode number 10.
Yeah, we're at double digits now.
Episode.
10 you win, bitch.
Yep, so we just got to keep on trucking, I guess, until we talk enough people into listening to this.
This was the first time in the garage. We're going to make some movements.
Yep, this is a good spot. I dig this.
Yeah. It's a classic Americana.
I love Americana. We love
That's what
Americana
we're here for. We love Americana here at Unpasteurized. That's what's up.
Check out Z Schlong. That's the French penis.
That's right. Look for Smiley Comedy 13 on Instagram. You got a Facebook page too, don't you?
Yeah. I think that one's just.
You know what?
Comedy.
Even if you want to follow me on Snapchat, I post a lot of stuff there. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous. I got a good public profile on there. I used to do these weather reports, but yeah, I mean, you're going to see some Omaha comedy pictures. You're going to see day in the life. I mean, I might even respond to you. Maybe it depends.
Should we get a P.O. box and have people send us?
Yeah, we're gonna get a P.O. box here. We're gonna get right here in town. They still have them. I would love to have one just to fuck around.
People do it.
68737. But yeah, 68737.
You're gonna get a bomb threat called in here.
No, we'll kill them. We have a fucking. I'll take you by the fire hall later. We got a new fire brigade. You're gonna get fucked off in this town. That's what I told you. The sheriff lives here. Like I said, this is why I hate the National Guard, because I got a better militia in this little fucking dinky town than those fuck. They won't even show up.
Village. If you Google this place,
It is a village. It's an old German Lutheran village.
We're from the old. We're from the garage in the old German Lutheran village.
Oh,
I'm sitting behind enemy lines.
Oh, you're fine. You're in classic territory where you belong. You're just you're exactly where you're supposed to be. No one would bat an eye at you. They wouldn't even be mad that you're Catholic. They'd be like, "Yeah, just go down the river and you'll have church. Have a good day. Hey, you want some pie?" Yeah, I don't know. You're judgmental.
I've never had a problem with Lutherans,
and I've never had a problem with the Catholics or the Presbyterians or the Episcopalians or the Baptists. I don't know. I know some crazy Baptist chicks.
Oh, I went to this one church. I think it was a Catholic church. It was built in a circle. You know why it was built in a circle? So the devil can't corner you.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that wild? Ain't that some wild shit?
Sure, architecture.
Ain't that some kooky shit
Fucking
even for a Catholic church?
Weirdos. Oh, God.